what the group was about.
My friend's like, yo, teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that. I'm like, damn, when I was going to teach you, you weren't there, bro. You gotta learn yourself. And I just give them a link. It's possible that gold can rise up to 1510. Oh.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning. GBP CAD
I caught
is
those buys on the 15-minute close.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a GP CAD buys running.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's my trade. That's my trade of the day here, GP CAD. I entered like a while ago. My entry was at what? 160062.
Nice, nice.
Somewhere here. We're gonna go all the way to, let's be safe here. 1.60600. That's where we're headed.
Going all the way up, eh?
All the way up. It's a daily wick fill. I think this daily bearish candle is just like a Fugazi candle.
Raja.
Hey Kivan, how you doing?
Not much, man. Gold took a dump yesterday, man.
Yeah, gold took a dump. But who would have knew, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. And now it's gonna correct all the way up.
My concern is if it could break, like, I'll look for buys if it could break this bearish area, come out of that area at least.
Yeah, I mean this is a very meaningful level here at 1508 where it's at. Very strong area.
Because what I'm thinking right now, although it did consolidate, like concern it did consolidate, so maybe that's the move to continue to go higher.
Mm-hmm. What's GJ doing? Oh, GJ's trying to consolidate here again. Let's take a look here. 4 hour. First of all, if it's heading down from a resistance because price always falls from a resistance, right? So you got to see where resistance is. So resistance is somewhere over here in GJ, right here, 128. Let's say 500. That's our resistance. Okay, number one thing is marked down. Number two thing is, if it's heading down, it should head down to like a support. So now, I think this will be this is a much better liquidity zone right over here. Because if someone tries to take a sell on GJ right here, wouldn't make any sense because, you know, you got maybe this area here, maybe price rejects this area, or price comes down to this area. So basically, you just gotta wait. The easiest trade for me would be on GJ, would be to take buys above 128,500. That's also gonna correlate with my GP CAD buys as well. But the CAD is weak, so you know. So GJ you might find is just gonna range here today. Well, that's what we said yesterday until Trump came out. Close the position.
I don't know if it's you that posted that that Trump said he was in a drawdown, so he had to bring gold back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Alright, let's take a look at EJ. EJ 4 hour. Man. It's all bearish so far. The 30-minute candle also formed bearish. Let's look at a 30-minute. 30-minute had resistance right over here. Formed support yesterday and then retested at resistance pre-London. After London also retested that, and now it's trying to break this support right here. And when we look left, if it's trying to break support and we look for left from here, it seems like this is another support it's tapping down into. So, you know, I just gotta wait on your JPY as well. Not really confident on the price action so far. CAD is strong. I think that is incorrect. CAD is weak. CAD is weak. So the dollar is also weak. I mean, you see the bullish move on gold. The dollar is also weak. So I think USD CAD should be ranging. So I'm not going to look at that. But everything else, let's just wait and see. Oh, someone got in a buy on EJ. 128.270. Oh wait, 128. Oh, that's GJ. 128.270. Very nice. Yeah, I'm looking for buys because if this candle closes back above 128.500, that means that it's closing. Let me see here. It's closing back in this range, right? So this range is what? This range is a 23 pip range. So if it can close back up, then I can take a buy and ride it all the way up to 128.800 and maybe even more up higher. So I just gotta wait to see how this closes. Someone bought EJ when EJ broke support. Oh, perfect. Sounds good. Good luck. Gold. See, when I woke up, I saw gold moving up. I think Vincent had buys on gold. I saw this, I'm like, yeah, I guess I missed it.
Yeah, that 15-minute.
Yep.
It was nice.
It was quick too.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick. It's like, Drew? That's how I caught the EJ move too. So, I mean,
look on the daily on EJ. Daily on EJ is rejecting resistance. It's trying to consolidate. 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour is very messy. I don't like it. I'd rather wait for this 1 hour to close and see how it closes, because if the 1 hour closes below this support, this one, then I'll have confidence that okay, you know what, and we can start to head down. But if it closes above support, let's say around here, then this is going to be a problem for it to head down. You know, and when the 1 hour closes, let's say above support, what you're going to see is that the 30-minute is closing back above support too. So that would mean that, hey, you know, it couldn't close and stay below support. So it closed above, that means we're going to go up. But if it closes below support, then, you know, obviously we're going to head down. So just got to wait for the candle to close. Just got to be smart. Being smart is not hard, but maintaining being smart is pretty hard. Thoughts on your USD? I don't trade your USD. I hate your USD actually. I don't like it at all. That pair just sucks. There's so much manipulation in that pair, man. I mean, every brokerage that ever starts, they say, oh, we have zero spread. On which pair? Your USD. They all have zero spread on your USD, every brokerage that starts. So your USD is the most heaviest manipulated pair in the world. Let's take a look at your
trade. Go trade UJ.
Yeah.
Those people, like, wants to trade, you're like, oh, what is your USD? Nah, don't do that. Don't make the trap.
Look at this. Stupid, just stupid. I don't like it at all. I mean, price action makes sense going up, but then you got all these, you got these wicks here. I mean, this whole liquidity zone, right? So where are you gonna come off to? If you're making, you know, support over here, you're making support, and now you're waiting for this candle to close. So if this candle closes bullish, you're expecting the next one to, you know, make like the liquidity wick down and then continue moving up. But hey, it's your USD, it can just dump, you know. I don't like the USD.
It's so funny the way you're saying. So
I made my first big money selling gold last night after you all left the stream, and then I lost it all because I got greedy. Just need to listen to you guys more for the long game.
Didn't Ted talk about this?
No. Because
What was that?
oh, someone on someone on YouTube. Like, it happens, you know. Like, you make quick money fast, and then you feel like shit. That was too fast. Now I gotta make more, and then you lose it, and then it's a very bad feeling.
I'm sure Ted talked about this.
Oh, big money, $1,200 is still a lot. You know, like, how many people you know around you who make $1,200 in a few minutes?
Not much.
I don't know anyone except, yeah, I don't know anyone. Ted doesn't count.
Yeah.
Kevon, I know him. But, like, you know, generally speaking, like, guys around me, like in real life.
Yo,
Hey, Paul.
People,
how's it going?
what's up?
You see EJ right now?
I see EJ on my screen, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell 1990. I'm 190.
What's this? Advice on GJ. GJ is ranging.
Yep.
I have ranging for GJ. I have buys on GP CAD. This is going to be the daily wick fill over here. You see this daily candle? We're going to aim for this wick fill. Now this wick fill is what? It's 60 pips? Oh no, 72 pips. So am I going to go for 72 pips? No sir, I'll go for like maybe I'll take profits at 30.
After range.
Yeah.
72 pips. Let's go for 70.
Yeah. I'll take profits at 30 pips and then I'll let a runner run till wherever it wants to go. But yeah, I mean, you have to be really cautious of, you know, how much you're making in trading and really put that into perspective of what you make in real life. It's very important.
And also trade with money that you are willing to lose or can afford to lose.
You just keep touching the support level. Looks like he's trying to break.
Yeah, this 30-minute closes, I'm gonna sell it. The close is bearish below.
I'm gonna enter another one then.
Another one.
Nah, actually.
6003.
Means I know what the TP left.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is what is this? Since the 30-minute has created support here on GPCAD, I'm gonna tighten my stop. I secured one position. How much is this? Around 20 pips.
Well, which is hard support level to 750 to 780.
Yeah, I got a 779.
Nice. Right in the middle.
Okay, what's this? Are you in GPCAD buys? Seems like it.
Are entering now. Oh, damn.
Oh, you guys taking sells on EJ?
I did. I think he did.
I would wait for the 1 hour to close.
Yep. Well, pressed it. Damn it.
Yeah, the only reason I'm going to wait for the 1 hour to close because I have no idea whether this 1 hour is going to close below support or above support. So
You may respect that.
Yeah, so you know I have to respect my rules, and my rules say wait for it to close. If it closes above support, it's going to be a buy. If it closes below support, it's going to be a sell. You know, so logic dictates. You just gotta wait for it to close and see what happens.
How come you're using the hourly this time?
What's that?
How come you're using the hourly this time?
Because yesterday, well, last night after Asian, when the 1 hour candles came down, you know, it couldn't close below. So if you look left, you see that there's a resistance, which was formed on August 8th, you know?
Yes, sir.
So the 1 hour candle has tapped down. So I mean, you just got to be logical that, hey, the 1 hour candle is about to close and there's no way to tell whether it's going to close below support or above support. There's absolutely no way to tell. You know, if it closes above support, you know it closed above support and then it's going to go up. But if it closes below support, then you're confident, okay, you know what, it's closed below support and it's going to go down.
You rejected the support line. Like
yeah, but at the same time, if you look on the 30-minute, it makes sense to sell, but I've seen it a lot of times, you know, like this happens and it just doesn't work my way. So this
experience.
Yeah, so now based on what I've seen and been fucked around with, I'm just gonna wait for the 1 hour to close.
Yeah, I'm gonna break even when this come down again.
Yeah. Do you consider trade war for scalping? Trade war doesn't affect anything. Like, I mean, it does, but while I'm trading, it's just
main topic.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a topic. But I mean, at the same time, trade wars is bullish for gold, so it's easy. Just gotta buy gold. Entering GPCAD is too late.
Dang.
There you go. This is the area you want to get. That's your target.
That is correct.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yep. That's what we're going to with gold right now.
Well, Ted, out the cut. Good morning, Ted.
Morning. Yeah, take profit around 15.12. If we hold this support here.
You said buy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna go back to that range there, right?
Mm.
So we should see that if we hold support here. Remember yesterday we were talking like if we hold support at certain areas we'll go up, but if we break support then we fall. So
Yeah, if you're trying to buy GCAD, I think your stop is going to be around here, below this 30-minute support. Ooh, seems like you're right, Ted. Maybe even 15.15.
yeah. I mean yesterday obviously the news was important, but I don't think there was any concrete information to say that it's really changed anything.
No, I don't think it was like a economy driving news.
Well, I just think that the information that came out, it didn't give enough to say that they figured out something with the tariffs. So I think that was an initial jerk to the system, and now it's like, hey, there's still going to be tariffs, guys.
Gold's going to 10,000 now.
Well, if I get to 15.11 first, I'll be happy. I think that's my first target.
Just imagine gold is 10,000 ounce. You be seeing everyone be liquidating their shit.
Yeah. Have you already took the order in gold? Yes. I believe that we will hold support on this 30-minute candle.
Ted, what time do you get up in the morning?
Usually it depends, like 3 a.m.
What time is it right now?
6:45.
Okay, so that's like 2:30 my time.
Are your thoughts on EJ the same as your thoughts on UJ? No. Never look at, let's say, EJ to trade UJ. It doesn't work like that. Those two pairs, they move independently.
Somebody does it. It's just relevant a little bit. The movements are relevant. It's not really movement. So. Sometimes UJ goes down, sometimes UJ slowly goes down.
Yeah. Oh, my UJ ran overnight. I should have just left it running. UJ is bearish. Damn. Yeah, I don't like the way it's falling. I mean, it's going down, that's good. Gold's gonna go up. Now it needs like a little retest, like a retracement retest. Because I think this whole move, if we're right about gold going back to 15.15 or even 15.12 would be safe, then that would make sense for UJ to head down and maybe correct like half of this move. At least 50% of the move to like 105,700. Oh, GP Cat is running strong. Very nice.
Going to the moon. Nice car, Akil.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, are the chats working?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I bought EJ with Fibs Don't Lie strategy. Perfect. Would you be able to walk through the entry on gold? I can try. I think Ted can do it better. He's
I don't
already
know
on
if
gold.
Ted knows how to trade gold.
Maybe this was the support. It broke. This is the first area of interest. It should come on to.
Gold broke out of a range already. Was a good entry. I see why Ted aims for 1511. Would you be able to walk through an entry on gold? Sure. Assume that this is support being made. Assume that this was our breakout. And assume that this will be the next breakout. That's all. It's called making assumptions. You're either right or you're wrong.
I was about to say that. You're either right or wrong.
Yeah.
Anything above the daily high is considered a breakout.
Okay.
Once it passes the daily high. You don't know what a breakout is.
Yeah. Some people already caught the trade. Other people are going to try and catch it again. But once again, you have to figure out what your opportunity is or what you are looking through in terms of trading gold or your trading plan. This is not a signal chat. So you should be marking out your charts and you should be trying to figure out what makes sense according to your trading rules and your trading style. Because my style can be totally different than yours.
Wait a minute, so you're saying that I have to think on my own? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
oh man.
I know, I screwed up.
You missed the fine print when you signed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like I saw GCAD daily, and my idea was, okay, we're going to go up, and it took a buy. So, so does this style correlate with someone else's style? No, possibly not. But if it goes up, man, this will be the trade of the day.
Trading is about high probability, that's all.
Yeah, you just do what you feel is correct in your analysis and you manage your risk accordingly. That's it.
Correct.
Okay. See, if UJ heads down, this is the problem I have. Like all this to the left here, but then you got this clean candle here. So it kind of like, kind of keeps me wary. Like, okay, how far will this keep dropping? Maybe this area here.
EJ's going back down again.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yep.
Hey, let's get that and check it out.
Did you hold it?
Nah, I didn't take it.
Oh, you didn't take it?
Nah, I didn't take. I mean, I took it, but I didn't take it out. Like,
Oh,
you know.
you're still in it.
No. Yeah, I didn't break even.
Nice.
I'll just get it right now. I'm
You
showing
got
up.
it right at the peak.
Yeah.
Kacha.
Now you can have a stop loss above like 118,
Yep.
820.
780. No, 820.
Hey guys, so the one that was speaking to work on our own and that this wasn't a signal chart is Uncle Ted. Yes, that's Uncle Ted.
I thought that was Mac.
Perfect. Let's go,
Please.
EJ.
Try that again on UJ.
EJ.
I think this is where UJ can come down to 50% retracement of this move up from yesterday. That's from banking
Yeah.
on.
I don't know how you look at that trash, man.
Yeah, it's just so trash. I'm just forcing
Oh,
it, and I don't
rising.
like it at all. Oh shit!
Gold is rising.
Gold is rising.
I had a buy stop. It just activated.
GP
1508.
GP Cat is rising. God damn.
Damn.
I
15
just closed
touched
gold.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
got 20 pips.
Yeah, you're good today.
Oh, I said where it was going.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're. I mean, you said 1520. Oh, okay.
It's
Ah.
on its way, but I took 20 pips. I'm happy with that.
Oh, TP 1510. Touched it.
Wow.
Perfect.
And I took your EJ gold trade or your EJ trade. That's the reason why I took out gold. So I figure if I lose the EJ trade, it doesn't matter because I won with gold.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
should be going down. I've got to take profit point with EJ at 290.
290?
Yeah.
Ooh, I should have run to
Yeah,
290.
because if you look at the 15-minute chart, that candle, that's going to be a mirror candle, right? There's not really any traffic. So we should fill that whole entire range throughout the morning.
15.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if we don't, look at it this way, like what Rakil's drawn out here, if this is like a new support that's being created, or sorry, a new resistance being created, there's probably going to be another one over here, and then you're going to have that drop the rest of the morning. So we're in, I think, super early. So as long as we don't break above this current level here, we're good to go. That's where my stop loss is. So my stop at this point is at like 118.814.
Yeah, 820.
Yeah,
Mine is
so-
820. Oh,
Yeah, so just above there. So if we do that, then we're good. Like this trade's just a bonus trade, just because I want to see if your analysis is right. But it does make sense.
Nice.
Yeah, and gold is now creating a new support at 1506. So that should be that in the next couple hours we should see 1510 or something like that.
1510. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, gold is already rising.
So you always look for 20 to 30 pips on most trades? Yep. There's no point of getting more. I don't need to.
But Ted, you look so much cooler on Instagram.
Yeah.
But you look cool though.
I'm not a
I
cool.
didn't see that.
You look cool.
A board man gets paid. That's what I look at.
It's like when you rarely go to the gym and someone says, "Bro, but you look so good."
Yeah.
No, there was this guy yesterday. He came up to me. He's like, "Bro, what are you taking?" And I was just like, "I think you should be asking, what am I eating?"
No, I'd probably ask too, "What are you taking?"
That's messed up. What are you taking? For real?
Yeah, he's like, what do you mean? What are you eating? And I was like, it doesn't matter what I'm taking. I was like, how many times do you eat a day? He's like, I don't know, like 2 or 3. I was like, yeah, I eat like 11. He's like, oh, okay.
Ooh, good trade on EJ, guys. Very nice.
Yeah. EJ will run.
Yeah.
I tried to talk them out of it, but they held it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I just got in.
Gold's gonna keep running up a little bit more. I think we'll have a pullback and then we'll have a run up the rest of the morning. Like literally that 15-12 area is a very good target for gold because we're starting to break above this resistance level on the higher time frames. There's like a resistance around 1510. Once we pierce that, 1512 will be a nice target.
Ooh. Damn, EJ. Giving me a break today.
EJ target 268, 118.268.
Yeah, 118.
My first target 550 is about a hit.
118.266 is where I'm looking.
66.
Yep.
118.66. It's already passed.
Be a nice trade. That'll be 41 pips. I gotta hold off on GU till it does stops going sideways.
There goes gold. Hopefully no one sold gold.
Oh no, I bought it.
Someone was saying they wanted to sell it to 1,500. It looked pretty scary. Well, I mean, it's their analysis. It's scary when the higher time frames are pointing bullish. That's the only thing with gold is when gold is trending on the higher time frames, it just continues to trend.
It may reject, but it didn't pass 1510 yet, so I'm not really gold yet.
Yeah, so 1510, it may stop out over there, but I mean, I think if we pull past it, then you're pretty good.
Hmm.
But the gold trade was essentially the easy port of gold right now were these two areas here. The reason why I called the gold trade right now is you had this wick to be filled, so you knew that if this support held, that this wick would be filled. So you basically had that, and then this was your little bonus, which technically is spiking up into these levels here. So it just made sense. It wasn't a very high risk trade. It was more of as long as this support holds here on the 30-minute, we know that we're gonna fill that wick and momentum just because we just broke out. So you know gold's gonna have a little bit more juice. It's not just gonna break out one candle and then just rip right back down. It very rarely happens, especially with that kind of breakout when you break above these levels here, because that's what it was doing.
Oh god, EJ could rush back down, like really. Oh, I just saw something. The third eye.
Yeah, now you're at a very, very nice area here in EJ. It created resistance here on the 15-minute.
You opened it, Raquel. You opened it.
Yeah, if EJ breaks this area here, we're going right down. So that's another easy opportunity, and your stops are above this area here.
Yeah. Stops
Well,
are
in
cool.
9 pip stop. It's not bad.
No, it's not, because you're going for I'm going for like a 40 pip gain.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pretty good. It's better than a 40 pip stop loss for a 9 pip gain.
Yeah.
I'm gaining about 60 pips each one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. And it's profit.
What did GU just hit? Oh shit. GU gonna break out today? What the heck? Oh, that can't be.
Gold is about to touch my TP level 1511.
Holy, GP Cat is running.
Hit that 1511. Yes. Run.
My opinion on AUD USD, it's a good pair to trade. What do I think of EGP? I think it's great. You guys have to read those scrolling words that are on your screen. In the chart, there's one at the top right and there's one along the bottom. You have to read both those, and then you have to turn around and ask the correct questions. Because it says post a labeled chart with your entries and exit. Don't say look at this or look at that. So there you go. That should help you a little bit with regards to participation and actually getting a proper answer from somebody. Because I can answer it's good or that's a great pair all day. Someone posted in the comments yesterday that everyone's angry all the time and that they should have more fun.
Yeah, I actually read that. I read that last night. I was like, oh, interesting.
I laughed. It's like, oh well.
GCAD nearly went for it. Yes, I closed GPCAD.
Like, have fun making money.
And the reason why I closed this because eventually, like, it can go there, but at the same time, like, it's coming up to this resistance area, right? So I mean, it's better and safe to exit here because I'm not sure whether it's gonna, do like a hard retracement who go back up again. So the thing is, I don't want to get down in this retracement and wait for it to go back up. So I'd rather take all my profits at this level and be happy with what I got today. One position closed for 20 pips, last one closed for 35 pips. It's a pretty good day.
How do you post charts? Use TradingView and then copy the last portion of your URL and then post that into the chat, and we will copy and paste that.
Yes, do this.
TP to go.
So you click on the camera. We'll do a little walkthrough. This is the link it gives you. You copy it. And then basically from this link, what you need to copy is this last portion right here.
Oh,
If you're in gold, you're approaching a good target to take profit at this point.
yeah, I took it. 15 living. Touched it and TP.
Yeah, so
I'm good for gold now.
yeah, that's a pretty good targeted area. Yesterday on some pairs was very unpredictable. How can you avoid such? John Henry, read your statement again and read the descriptive words you used in your statement and look up the definition of unpredictable. And I think that will help you understand how you could have avoided the moves yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah. Gee, you just hit my, top, the resistance. And every time it hits it, it just runs down, and it's already running down.
Oh, so stop hit it for EJ, and I have now 6 position.
Damn, EJ's coming back down too.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
rush back down.
Yesterday, China Trade Talk was not showing Forex Factory. Sir, where can you find that kind of news? You can't, because it's unpredictable. It was a unannounced item that was discussed. That's why you have stop losses. That's why you have a risk analysis, risk and everything. Evan Mashad, start mining Bitcoin today. Stop spamming the charts.
Mining Bitcoin or still?
Junior sold there again. Nice. You put up what, for almost 30 pips, Junior?
How do you guys deal with brain dead questions all day? Well, I mean, it makes me feel happy that there's people that think that they still want to ask questions, so we should answer all of them. I mean, eventually there won't be any more brain dead questions because people.
Yeah, the only reason I answer brain dead questions is because I used to ask the same brain dead questions. My questions were even more brain dead.
EJ should be the first take profit 392. Sure, if that's what you're comfortable with.
Just go for 550 then.
you can do whichever one you feel that you want to. Really depends on what time frame you're looking at and what your overall goal is. Like right now, this trade is just more of a fun trade for me, so I'm gonna see how long it can run. I'm 8 pips in profit. So.
Oh my gosh, I got so. I'm just thankful to Uncle Ted for Core Kill. Oh my gosh.
Bobby, you're gonna hit $1,000 next week on that $4 account.
That's my goal. 1K is my goal for $4.
Ted, this dude, he only trades EJ. That's it.
Smart. He's
Smashes the fuck out of EJ.
Yeah, he sends me messages all the time about what he's doing. That's good. I mean, you know what? I appreciate people that actually do the work and they're smart about it, right? Like this is a perfect example of someone who just has blinders on and just focuses on his own abilities. And that's what people should be doing. But a lot of people want to check Instagram and they want to look at what everybody else is doing. He's just doing his thing, and he's happy, he's successful, he's not upset about anything. That's how trading should be. But, you know, people don't have that approach.
It's not fast enough.
You know, you look at the trade that he called, and it's working out accordingly, right? So now we've broken past this sort of support area on the 15-minute. Now what'll happen is more than likely we'll bounce probably over here somewhere, go around here, bounce, and then bounce again. But the key thing is now we have almost like a new stop loss. You could probably put a new stop loss. Instead of having your stop loss up here, you could technically move it down here now, or you could wait for this candle to close and then see how the next 15-minute candle starts.
I usually look at the 30-minute for the new stop loss, but I don't even need it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't need it.
I don't need it. No. I already meant that way. It went down. Just TP my thing.
Yeah, I was looking at the 4 hour, and what I could see is that the 4 hour candles had some issues around, 118 above 500. So maybe that'd be an area where it's gonna like,
yeah, 550 is my
stop.
TP. 580, 550, and 520. And then after that, next TP2 is a 300, just like that said.
Wow, this is a really nice trade.
Cut that 119 level to 550. Ooh, ready to Instagram it.
If you have any questions about what's happening here or strategies or all that information, you should just go onto the actual YouTube page and watch every single video. There's 61 videos there. Get cracking. It'll take you about 70 hours. So you'll need about 70 hours, and so you'll binge watch it just like you would like a TV series on Netflix. Do the same thing. Spend the Saturday afternoon watching every video and making notes, and you'll be very, very, very good. You'll be in a good spot.
That's true.
Because what we do here every day is what was discussed on every one of those videos in great detail. Ted, please clear my doubt.
Let's clear your doubt right now.
Let's clear his doubt. If you have doubt, I don't know why you're taking the trade. Makes no sense.
Gold broke this back level. It's not...
Hell, oh man, that's what I have, but I have nothing wrong with it.
The thing about these areas is it's too far back. It's too far back. So what you're looking at is, this area does make sense, but since it broke out of this, what was it, 1508? Now you're gonna look to see if it's gonna create some sort of a support to come down or not, because now it's in this range. But when you look at this traffic here, look at the gold trade, like what outlet is that can bounce on area of that traffic? I just think that traffic is too far back, so I wouldn't really look at that as like a very meaningful area, since you had all this information here, all this information and this information.
Yeah, your initial target, like I said, is that area here, because that's where you have a huge wick. So you're basically going into a zone. You have to map out where there are potential zones and where we could have potential issues, right? So if this zone over here, this zone is your key zone. If that zone turns around and breaks through, then you start talking about what's going on up in this level. But don't talk about what's going on in 1528 or 1520s if we haven't even broke 1515 yet. Like, you guys have to map out your charts in small little increments so that you're comfortable with those moves. Because I see all these people all the time, oh, gold's going to go to 1700, gold's going to go to 1400, gold's going to 1200. Like, it's just such a stupid way to trade if you're trading every day. It makes no sense to have a target of 90 pips if you're trading every single day. You should be looking at it saying my first initial target's 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 pips. If it starts to run, then I'll start extending my targets. But it makes no sense to put a 90 pip target or a 100 pip target when you're looking at a 30-minute chart, or you're looking at an hour chart. Like you have to realize that every 30 minutes there's a new candle forming that can create either a push up, a push down, or just we can consolidate. And we're not smart enough as retail traders to turn around and predict which candle is going to be the breakout candle. All we can do is say, hey, if this happens, then this should happen. And even then, that's probability. That's just a prediction based on what we've seen in previous events, right? So I think a lot of people have to take a step back and really evaluate and look at the charts and say, why are they doing what they're doing? And not just put random targets. Like, your targets have to make sense. And when you look at what you're doing with the targets, my initial target was 1511 because looking to that 30-minute candle, there's a huge rejection area there. So we know once we get to that point, we're going to have issues, but that doesn't mean that you're going to hit 1511 exactly. Maybe 1510 is the part that we hit, and now it's just going to range. Like, you have to be able to be flexible. Like, you give your target, and when you hit a certain percentage or something you're comfortable with, you can close the trade. Or as we approach that target, you can start to say what's happening on the smaller time frames. What's going on? Are we close to the hour close? Maybe this next hour is going to pull all the way back, so I should close now. Like, you have to use your brain a bit and say what usually happens at certain times during the session or at certain times during the candle. These are things that have to be automatic. You have to be able to do this as if you're putting food into your mouth. Like, you can't turn around and say, I'm hungry. You have to know that you're hungry. It's the same thing here. You have to know at the end of the hour, the next hour, there's probably going to be a pullback with a particular candle. You have to know that, at 8 a.m. this happens, at 9:30 a.m. this happens. You have to have all those steps written down. It's a machine. It's a process. It's every day the same thing over and over and over again. There's no changing that. And if you can't do this, you have to quit, because it makes no sense. You're just going to struggle. If you can't put all these different ideas together very quickly and be autonomous, it just makes no sense. All right. Suck my wicks. Yeah.
Well, at least the chart is labeled nice. Looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Price broke support. Looks like it did a quick retest. I find support to be. Would this be a good trade? Yeah, I think you have a stop loss, so it's a good trade. Any trade is a good trade if you don't come out of it emotionally scarred. So let's look at UJ. Oh.
How did you know that Wick's low was lower or was over? Based on the 5-minute charts. And based on the fact that if you extend that yellow line, we tapped into that previous wick. And if we weren't going any further down, we were just coming back into that zone. So rich.com, you just have to look to the left, and that would have been your answer.
Yeah, because it's really simple. You look left, you see that candles had some issues, they're congregating. So when candles come back up again, they're like, oh, our buddies congregated at this spot before, so let's congregate here now. So that's what they're up to.
This wick matched up with this wick over here and this area over here. So the idea would be once on the shorter time frames that it starts to move up, that we're leaving this area and that we're filling this area here. So this wick now that we have, this wick here, is sort of tapping into this area here, which Raquel pointed out, which is up and over here. That's why we're having issues. So if we do break above that, we still have issues here, and we have a huge issue over here. So you have to be aware of that information. And that's the reason why when you target your trades, you're targeting places that make sense. It's like once we get back above this level here, it's a little bit cleaner, right? So you have that move up to probably about this level here. and then so you're able to do that. So you just have to be aware of where there's traffic and manage your trade accordingly at that point. And it doesn't mean that you can't trade within these ranges. Like, it doesn't mean that you can't take an opportunity because you see this. You have to be aware that that exists. That's all. Like, you just have to be aware that you're coming up to that. And if it fails, it's because of that. It doesn't mean that you can't take the trade. It just means that you have to be 100% aware that, hey, if my trade fails, it's because of this area here. But if we break through it, hey, then we're going up to like 15, 18. Right? So it's your risk versus your reward. Like, what are you aiming for? Like, if I turn around and I say, this is my stop loss right here, or, you know, maybe this is my stop loss right here, you could turn around and that's like a 30 pip stop loss, and then you're going from 1509 to 1518, that's a 90 pip gain, right? Or you can turn around and say that, you know, I only want a 10 pip stop loss or a 15 pip stop loss, and I want like a 45 pip gain or something like that. Or you can turn around and say, hey, there's no more trades with this chart. I'm just going to turn around and go look at another pair that I have in my arsenal. I'm waiting for Ted to tell me the target for EJ. Your target is your EJ.
That's so scary, man, when people say, hey, I'm waiting for you to tell me when I should close a trade.
Yeah.
Damn.
Close it now. Close it now so you can go to work.
That's
That is so scary.
I'm at work though.
that work. This is work.
This is my work.
This. Ted, how do you know that this Wix low is?
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Oh yeah. Oh, GPCAD is still running.
Did you close your GCAD review?
Yeah, I closed everything.
Did you get in on EJ?
No. No.
One trade and you're done?
Yeah, man. I did like $750 to $750. So.
My target for EJ is right now, so close it.
I need to say, making a thing is recording. Yes. Yes.
Ted, what if they really close it?
Well, then they profited because right now I'm 10 pips in profit, so you would have profited.
True.
Yeah, it's so easy.
True.
I'm at 8.5.
Yeah, so that's a good profit too. You could close at any given time. Is this the place to earn millions? No, it's not. It's the next stream over.
Next stream over.
This will be the stream to earn.
It's the next stream over. You got to go over to the next one. Can I ask how much on average profit you make a day? Yeah, close to like a few million, sometimes $1 billion.
Is that per position or is that like your total daily gross?
It depends. I mean, it just depends how I feel.
Yeah, I try to keep it reasonable too. Like, if I can hit like $1 billion per position, like I don't want to get too greedy.
Yeah.
So.
I thought you said 118, 260 before. Is that still realistic? Of course, anything's realistic if you put your mind to it. Hey Ted and Raja, since yesterday move on the tariffs delay, can we say the markets will go the way they were initially were before the big move? Seems like it.
Alright, I'm gonna give a nice answer for EJ. Once we hit 20 to 25 pips, I'm closing a position, and then I'm gonna set it to break even and let it run to 118,300 area. So if you're confused, that is my idea.
Well, Raja's marked it up. Initial target. So there you go. Everyone's initial target's right there. There you go.
Yeah, the only reason because 4R has had some issues here before. You see here, 4R came down, left a wick, move over, left a wick. So what are the chances that it can come here and leave a wick again? I think the chances are higher. So that's why.
All right. Well, I've moved my stop loss to 3 pips in profit then, Raja.
Perfect.
You've convinced me. I'm protecting my trade, so I will not have a losing trade. technically speaking, I could close now, but I'll let it run.
GJ still ranging.
Gold is hanging out.
Yeah,
Gold is just doing stupidity.
That was actually a very nice move on gold.
Yeah, it usually happens between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. We usually get some nice moves with gold, and then the right before the hour open, or like the 7 a.m. hour, it usually just consolidates, and then what you'll find is like 7:30, you might get one more push, like 7:30 to 8, and then 8 o'clock it just becomes mayhem. It just, and that's the reason why like I like trading gold early like that, because sometimes you get just a nice move, and then you can be done right away. I've just always noticed that, like, if you can get like 20 pips with gold before like 7 a.m. or 15 pips, that's pretty much a trade of the day.
Yeah, I was just looking at these candles. This was like 23 pips here. 30. CGP CAD having issues here. That was a good close. So whenever you close a position, always understand that there's a chance that the position can go more in profit. And that's where your emotions come into play. Because whenever you close a position, that means that you're accepting the fact that it can run in more profits, or it can just reverse. So that's what I do all the time. So now when I closed the CAD, I understand that it can continue on more. But I got what I had to get, and now I don't really care where it goes.
Is there someone like in the middle of traffic outside with cars?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick them here right now. I'm just trying to see who it is. All of a sudden, everyone mutes themselves. Shit.
Yeah, let's come on. I ain't snitching, I'm just saying. I know you won't kick him.
Come on, it's cool. Yeah, see, when you try to get more trades. Yeah, what's that?
What's that?
Oh, nothing. We thought you were in traffic. We could hear cars in the background. They're like, oh, who's that?
Oh, that was probably me.
Yeah.
Score just started back, so I'm dropping myself score.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you're going to lose is if you overtrade. That's it. There's no other way you can lose. Overtrading and over risking is only two ways you're going to lose money. I took a trade at 6:15 a.m. I closed it at around 6:48, and that's my only trade for the day. Now I'm just gonna chill here and answer questions, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here.
DJ is really struggling with this area.
What's this? GP CAD is in demand zone and higher time frames, and broke downtrend structure and is respecting a new higher low and lower time frames. Oh, you sent two charts. You're only supposed to send one chart. One chart. Oh, this is GBPCHF. Yeah, you're sending the wrong. You're talking about GC. Yeah, I don't know about GBCHF. Looks like it's just ranging. It's ranging. I think, personally, okay, don't take this wrong way. I think you got this blue line. I don't know what this is. This is a pivot line or whatever. But you got your fibs. You got your EMAs. You got your demand zones. I mean, do you really need 3 things to tell you if price is going to go up or down? Is that really necessary? Like, I was wanting to ask this from people. Like, if price is going to go up, do you need 3 things to tell you if it's going to go up or down? Because right now it's just ranging. Confluence, yeah, Confluence. But I mean, I think as you mature as a trader, you're gonna find out that these confluences don't really mean a lot when you're only reading price action. To tell you the truth, because the guys here that took your JPY sells, they took it based on the fact that the 30-minute closed below support here, as it was retracing up, they took sells, and it went in what, 20 pips. You know, just clean
I
price
set
action.
mine to break even just in case.
Yeah, it's good. Just at least secure something, so you have something in the bank, you know, secured. Securing profits helps a lot of people because you secure profits. Hey guys, I took that whole move. I've seen that level of significant rejection point on US 30. I don't trade US 30. But let's have a look at US 30. Oh, nice. Nice one. So you know when you come to the charts and you look at gold and you see gold had a big move up, that was the trade you missed. That would have trade you would have taken. So I mean, if you're thinking of like saying, okay, gold is rejecting resistance, you want to take a sell, I mean, just look at the big candle gold has made. This was the move if you missed it. This was the move. So what do you do now? You make sure that, okay, if you were present at this time, how could you have taken this trade? This candle broke out, created a wick. There's a range to go up to. What does gold do? Gold runs to the next ranges, right? So this candle moved up. I missed this trade because I was in GP CAD buys.
Yeah, I closed DJ at 10.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good time to close, bro.
Yeah, it was at those wicks. I figured if it pushed down to it before it went up, if it went up, I'll just get out there in case.
Can I long GJ around 128? 128. No, I mean, you can long GJ if GJ presents bullish candles. I mean, when GJ is presenting bearish candles, look, daily is bearish, 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 15 minutes bearish. There's no long on GJ until the candles are bullish. I mean, the candles are all bearish. So I don't think you should be longing something that's going down. That's just stupid. I really think this move from yesterday will be corrected. So we shall wait. EJ moving great. Oh,
All
EJ
my
moving great.
GJ's TP. Now I'm just risking myself a little.
Nice.
Anyway,
See, this is the point where you have stops at break even and you're like, okay, perfect. I'm in a good trade now.
yep.
Because
You're
you're
TP'd. Boom, 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 boom.
Good trade.
Yes, sir. Uncle Ted. I'm running up to 300.
I just closed 16 pips on GJ as per Raja type deal. Perfect.
Great.
You have closed your day in profits.
People got their pips. That's good. Initial
Yes,
target
sir.
was hit on EJ.
Huh?
Initial target. That's good.
Yes, sir. 550.
Look at it.
520.
Yeah, just look
Yeah.
at it. This way, when you close profits, you're placing yourself in the top 10% people who won today.
Yes.
You
I'm the
know, you're in the
winner.
top 10%. Now, when you just, as soon as you decide to overtrade, you automatically put yourself in the top 50 that are going to overtrade. And when you overtrade and lose, now you put yourself in the top 90% who have lost today.
But is it okay to let it run to 300?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Gold sell or buy? What's your analysis? This is not a signal chat. What? Mr. Ashfakur Rahman. MD Ashfakur Rahman. How do you trade pullback? Sometimes one strong push comes with another. What a good way to determine if a move will still have a pullback or not. I like to wait and analyze. So your question, it resonates with a YouTube webinar I did. So we're gonna go there.
Just please watch the damn videos. Holy cow.
Oh my god, look at EJ.
Damn, nice. Nice job, Bobby.
EJ is dying and GJ is dying and UJ is also dying. Whoever took sells in UJ. Gold is running up, back up now.
Yeah, that candle on the 30 minutes gonna mirror EJ.
We're gonna do 15-15.
Oh, gold, the same thing. Gold is gonna break up.
Oh, there we go. 15-15.
There you go. There's your trades for the day.
Wow, I missed the gold. Oh.
I miss gold too, but I'm in EJ. That's what I'm
EJ. Yeah. True.
Done for the day. Bye bye.
Done for the day. Bye bye, Ninad.
And don't put the date.
See you later. I think EJ's got just a little. EJ's got, yeah, pretty much.
All right, I got this video here for Mr. Ashfaq Rahman. Just gotta figure out how to copy the link. Okay, this is the link over here. This webinar is on trend trading. So when you talk about pullbacks are in trends. So you should go watch that.
Yeah. Gold did its 7:30 push again.
Wow, see that GP CAD close because it came up, and now look, retracement. Gotta be fluid.
Yeah, I think I'm good today. I'm good today, like today. Asian session, I'll be just sitting down and watching.
Wow, we can, I'm looking at EJ target. We can target probably like 117,900 almost. Wow.
The bottom of that. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but that would be probably a long-term target. Just the way the structure of this market is. If you zoom out a bit, Rikil, on the 4-hour, if you go to the 4-hour, this is sort of something I look at, is we did this. Oops. We basically did this, and then this will probably bounce right to this area here. Or this one here. That's what seems very strong.
Playing EJ safe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
200. At the top of that, there was himself too.
Yeah. Ted, based on your talks, I began an experiment about setting stop loss and profit tightly and getting stopped out sometimes and sometimes not. Yep, that's usually what happens. It's normal to get stopped out sometimes when you have stop loss and profit, but the idea is so that you don't lose money. Like, I don't like losing, so I rather just take a small win and be like, whoops, I got stopped out, than hope that it goes down. shows EJ here. Do we have more legs, Bobby? Do we think we have more legs? Yeah, actually we do. Yeah, we have more legs.
Hey, let it run. It's gonna look good if it comes all the way down 118.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Yo!
yeah. Let it run.
Can I just keep... Oh, nah.
It's gonna keep going.
I don't know if it's gonna reach that level.
It's gonna.
800.
Well, I think it will, but you'll have pullbacks in between. You'll have a lot of pullbacks in this area that we're in right now. It'll pull back into that area a bit, but I think the initial take profit of I have, what is it, 268? I think 268 is going to come through right now.
$268. August. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There's your take profit target. You should be closing now. Yeah, I'm out.
I'm about to be out soon. Like,
I just closed at 320, so I'm okay.
2 more pick. Come on. 1 more pick. Yes, yes, yes. You're right. Yes. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
All right. I'm done for the day.
Oh God.
Jeez.
Oh, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, see, like that.
Hey, man. You know how happy he's at? Hey, I just stopped yesterday and I was losing. Hey, he came back down this morning. I was like, yo, gosh. I was right.
Hey, Bobby, how's your entire psychology changed since you've been showing up here?
It's different. It's way different. Every day I'm thinking about it as I'm gonna be a winner. Does it have a positive mindset and just be on the chart? And then next time you get on it, just be on the chart. And then hear about Uncle Ted talking and Raquel's chart too. Just keep on going.
Honestly, it's just the same thing every day. You just gotta manage risk.
Consistency.
That's
Like,
it.
you gotta keep doing it. Oh God. It went back up to 370 after it hit tip here.
Yeah.
But I'm having 2 runners down. Still profit.
Ooh, Mr. Paul already printed out his trade. Yeah, so Paul and Bobby broke down the EJ sells and then, and then just held and it dropped.
Yeah, I closed a little early, but oh well.
It's pretty good.
I got 8 pips and 8 pips, so
Yeah.
it's still a win.
Gold should head to 15.15 here. Ooh, someone made 10% on EJ. Very nice. If you have 1 trades, I would say just close the stream and go have a nice day. I should see the watch numbers decrease, not increase.
So you say the same thing every day, does it get boring? Yep. That's why I don't really care how much money I make anymore. It's just, I know what's going to happen and it just happens.
Oh, 15.15 on gold.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I just had a buy stop and had a little bit above the candle.
This month has been pretty easy.
Yeah,
Feels like I'm psychic almost. Not
that
kidding.
was easy. 10 pips. I might have to start using these buy stop, man.
My wife wants.
I thought you were a sell limit, buy limit type guy.
Yeah, but but
In chart, I don't understand what is TP target. 2 days I make profit, 2 day I loss.
I've been missing gold. I've been missing so much push on gold. I was like, you know what? Let me just take the bring it in today.
Yeah, I've been missing a lot too, but it's all good.
I
This
would
has
do
been
that.
Crazy ass moves.
Yeah.
Do you all trade Thursday and Friday? Yes. No stream on Friday though, because I'm going to be doing a in-person sessions. So Friday's going to be a test for everybody.
Well, that was a good day today. Why is UJ going down? Because it wants to.
Because you just bearish.
Oh, because gold's going up.
Someone even sent their sells as they took them in their YouTube chat,
Wow.
and they played out really, really, really well.
That made you proud.
Yeah, their sell was basically this 30-minute candle closed bearish, and then they took the sell with stop loss above the candle. Super simple, and look the way it ran, man. Fucking thing just died. 30
How
did you- How'd you guys meet? I created everything. Uncle Ted created the Forex family, which created this. And Rakil's now created his own monsters. So, and we all met on Instagram.
Yes.
There you go.
Social networking.
Yep. And now we're all friends, and we do this every morning. It doesn't stop. It hasn't stopped for the last 4 years.
Ooh,
And
someone made,
Rakil's gonna grow this stream to 50,000 people.
someone made $270 today. Damn. Send me Uber Eats.
Yeah, you guys should be making donations. Hit that donation tab. then everyone's gonna get angry. Oh, see, this is why they want to do this, because they just want donations. Blah blah blah. That's what'll happen next. I know that.
Oh look, they're talking about donations now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but they want money. Oh, that's why they're doing this. Blah.
I mean, it was so easy, you know. Like gold went up. When it broke about 15.12, next target is what? 15.15.
Yep. Very simple, and it broke exactly where we talked about the key area that we broke. Remember, we talked about this area, and remember what we discussed. What was the opportunity there? It's either going to consolidate in that area or just break right through it. And what happened? It broke right through it. How do you manage this trade? Here's your support, right? We had that. This was original support. You can see that we have the other support, and you can say, hey, that's our target. So now, when you look at where gold is currently in this range over here, where would you see a target? More than likely this area over here, because that's a previous zone. So what do you do now? You turn around and you do this. You take your little box thingy and you do this. And you say, that's my next target area. Because we've already gone through this target area, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So we can erase the original larger target and now start to zoom in into the smaller areas so that we understand what's happening next, because we just needed a bigger area to look at. Is everyone missing the GBP sell? Yep, we all are.
Yep.
Except you, obviously. So great to hear.
Oh yeah, GJ did go down. It's moving good. I think that's all the JPY pairs, not necessarily GBP.
Dun, 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 dun. Just got like 10 pips off of gold there.
Yeah, I just scalped 30.
Honestly, this day was the easiest day of the week so far.
Yeah.
Easy way.
I felt like I missed a lot in London.
Yeah. The only people who are losing right now, if they tried to buy GJ once it was falling, and they buyed EJ if it was falling, and UJ. Because remember we talked about this move up wasn't a economy driving move. Should be corrected. Oh, gold is at 15.60. Bless you.
My bad. I tried to mute it, but like as I sneezed, my hand moved.
Better than burping, man. Trust me. Way better than burping.
Or 40.
Or farting.
Okay, what am I doing here? Find you guys 3 days ago. Thoroughly enjoyed the fun entertainment and approach to trading each evening here in Australia. Oh, by the way, we had some good trades. Perfect. It's awesome. What's your take on CHF? I've been scalping down for a while. I have no idea how CHF moves or what it does. So I have no clue. How can you tell dollar strength or yen strength, for example, without looking at one chart like UJ, for example? You can't. You have to look at the chart. Are you taking profit on gold? No, my target was 15.15. It reached 15.15. And now if gold wants to go up, so be it.
Man, that shit is moving a kill.
I mean, yeah, man, that fucking thing is going. I'm in gold buys, entered at 15.07. Very nice. Put stop loss at break even or secure profits and let the rest run. First time here. I'm learning a lot from you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Going to spend next couple of days going through all your videos. Yes, please, for fuck's sakes, go through the videos. Most questions people have, they're all answered in those YouTube videos. If in the next week, if the views don't increase by 1,000 on the videos, I'm going to remove all those videos because that means no one's watching them. So we're just taking up space of YouTube. Do you know a good website for seeing money flow into out of the market? Crypto. Oh, no idea what that is. Do you guys place buy stops for gold trade? Nope, it was market order. I have another buy stop at 15.25. It's very nice. Oh, 15.25.
The zones that marked up on Monday, G was still bouncing in between them, like, perfectly.
Oh, someone made $300 in the past 3 days.
Nice.
Can you map out gold? Map out gold like the highway, or? We talked about gold so much. All we did was talk about gold and EJ. Did the GP cat fill the daily wick? Almost. I made and lost $1,200 last night, but so far I'm up $120 tonight. That's perfect. Scenic rim carpet cleaning. That is awesome. Secure that 120 and come back the next day and make more.
Up 5K today. Wow, that's pretty good.
I think we should have a trade, like a running trade ideas here somewhere. When someone comes on, they can see, oh yeah, these were the trades that ran.
Why are you changing between the 1 hour and the 30 minute? Why not?
Because those are nice time frames to look at. The thing is, what most people do, they'll look at the 5 minute or the 1 minute. I think when you're starting, that's a very dangerous place to start, looking at the 1 minute or the 5 minute. As a new trader, you should be focused on the 1 hour and the 30-minute zones, like when price comes there, how price acts. That way you're going to learn discipline and waiting when price is near zones and stuff.
Yeah. How did you guys become so patient? Because we don't like losing money. Patience comes from the idea, and for me is I don't want to ever lose a trade, so I always take the best opportunity. And that is why you do that. Are you guys still in Euro JPY sells? I think some people are. I closed at the bottom of the previous 15-minute candle.
I'm still running.
Yeah, you got someone still has trades running, so there you go.
just keep running into like ultimate core 11805.
Damn.
I am a gambler, so my lots are too big, but I'm getting better with these. Well, your account life is going to be cut short if you keep that up.
It's so true.
You know, like one quick time and it's gone.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Wow, 570 people watching this stream, plus 60 people in Zoom. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
My girlfriend's downstairs looking at EJ, and she's like, Dave, did you see the UJ? It just dropped so hard. I was like, yeah, I caught the EJ cells of it. Like, you gotta look at it.
Yeah, I mean, if people missed this EJ sell, all you gotta do is just look at the chart, and you have to map out, okay, how could you have taken this sell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Ted, do you still have a buy stop at 15.25 yesterday? Nope. I removed it because we went down to 14.79. So I don't think a buy stop's valid anymore at 15.25. Can I get a Zoom link? No, you can't. If you have to ask for the Zoom link, you're not part of the Forex family or market fluidity. If you profited today, turn off the stream and go do something. Go to the gym, go work out, go run around your block, go on Instagram, stare at models, do something else. You know, go do something that you always want to do. Like, think about what you do in your free time, or what you do after, what you enjoy. Go do that right now. So what you're doing is you're doing classical conditioning. So every time you do something positive with trading, go do the favorite thing that you like. And what will happen is you will yearn to do that favorite thing every day, because you will try to aim to have a winning trade. Like, I look at what I do here is every day I aim for 1 or 2 winning trades. Sometimes I get 3 or 4. And then what I like to do is I like to go over to the mall and walk around the mall for an hour, because I like to laugh at all the people working. And then I like to say that I could buy the whole entire store. That's what I like doing. I don't buy the entire store, but I just like to walk through the mall going, I can buy that entire store right now if I want to. Or I could buy that right now because I just made 100,000 today. I like doing that. That's my ego. I don't like talking about it, but I have a very massive ego when it comes to stuff like that. And yesterday I went to Walmart and I was like, man, I wonder how much I could actually buy out of this store if I could empty the entire store.
Probably buy the store.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was literally walking around calculating how much things were costing and how much stuff was on the shelves and how much I would have to spend just to empty the shelves.
So basically, don't go shopping with Ted. People like, oh, Ted, I'm going to get these cool pair of shoes, instead of like, hey, let's just buy the store.
No, I wouldn't. I don't say that to people out loud. I don't do it out loud. I do it in my head. Like yesterday at the mall, there was a Tesla Model 3 meet, and I pulled up with my Tesla, and I sort of like, man, I could buy all those Teslas right now, but I have the better Tesla. And I actually walked up to them. I talked to them for an hour about their cars. They were really excited, Model 3 people. I was like, oh, you guys have the baby brother of my car. Oh yeah, you have a nice car.
Wait, what do you got right now?
Oh, I got the Model S, but there was a Model 3 Tesla meet in front of the superchargers yesterday by the mall at my house. So I just hung out with them for an hour and a half, just chatting.
Yeah. I almost thought you had the Roadster already.
No, it's not out yet.
You're definitely getting that, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, when Ted goes to Walmart, the manager just ducks and hides. Yeah, fuck, he's back. He's gonna find a fault again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Roadster though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. It's just.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And every time I go over to the Tesla dealership by my house, like the one on Don Valley Parkway, they always see me. They're like, so have you put your reservation in yet? I'm like, nope. I said, you guys said to wait. I said, once you tell me to go ahead and put my reservation in, I'm coming with a nice check for $300,000. They're like, well, we want you to get the first one. That's what they told me. They're like, we want you to have the first one out of the dealership because all the guys in the service center all trade crypto. They're all young and everything else like that. And some of the guys trade on the brokerage and stuff. So it was funny that whenever I bring my car, they recognize it right away, and it's like, no problem. We'll take care of everything right away. Go for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're super cool guys there. Why not a Model X? Because I don't like the bubble.
That's what we're saving for. I want the Model X.
It's good if it's like I drove it before, and a couple of my friends have them, but it's just sort of like I just like the sleek look of the S. I found it was nice looking.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm going to be quite honest. The only reason I like the Model X is because of the doors. I'm not going to lie.
And you can do the Easter egg. You know, the Easter egg with the doors, right? Where the doors flap and the song plays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I almost bought it just for that reason. When they showed it to me, they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh man," because the auto open and close with those doors are pretty cool. I have to admit it.
It's just a funny way to flex, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been talking about. My fiance and I was like, yeah, I think I want the Model X.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tesla dealership's right next to the Esso station, yes. Yep. "32 is 1 foot in the grave." Oh man, I'm almost 40. I guess I'm gonna be dead soon.
Are you fucking high? 32, you're not even getting started.
That's like the male peak.
32 is when you discover what you're going to do now.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what the fuck I was gonna do. 29, 30.
20s was just fucking around, you know, just lost.
Exactly.
That's true.
Ain't no fucking around over here. We got all business.
No, because you've met the right people.
I got great people in my life right now.
No, when I was 32, I was in such a bad spot. So I'm sort of happy I'm not in that spot anymore.
Yeah, and see, you telling me that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm 30. I'm looking at you.
Between the ages of like 30 and like 33, 34, oh man.
Oh.
I didn't know if I was going to make it out alive. Like, honestly, just the terror that I went through. But then, like, from like 35 to 39, it's been like probably the best years of my life. Just because it's not just sort of from a monetary side, but it's more from like the people I've met, my attitude towards life. Like when I was in my 20s and my early 30s, my attitude was very poor in life. I was very smart in terms of being a smartass. Like like if you like people, that's why people like listening to Instagram Live. They're like, you're so witty and you're so quick. I've been like that my entire life, and that sort of gets me into trouble sometimes. Not in a bad way, but it's just more of like work-wise and things like that. Like, you know, like I was good at my job, but then I was too cocky for my own good, and then people get mad at that because they don't want you to sort of be like, hey, you're good. They don't like that, right? So, and then when I found my own way in trading's a good way to be super cocky, and you get 100% of the result of your cockiness, right? So you either get punished or you get rewarded, right? So then you just have to balance that cockiness with being rewarded for doing something smart, not doing something stupid.
Interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, well, that's what I look at, right? It's because you can be super cocky with trading like I am and be very successful, but then on the opposite end of the coin, you're always teetering on that idea that you could destroy yourself as well, right? So it's one of the reasons why I've always limited my trades as well, right? So like I always go for 5, 10, 20, 30 pips maximum, because it reduces my exposure to the market and it reduces the opportunity for me to bury myself, right? Like if you look at yesterday, say for example, yesterday we were in gold buys, and I would be like, okay, I'm going to hold gold buys to 15.30 yesterday. My account would have basically been wiped out because it went from like 15.20 all the way down to like 14.80, right? So not being in the market during that time and being at the gym and listening to like watching my phone light up every 5 seconds, going like, you know, there's blood on the streets. It was it's always reassuring to me, and I felt good and I laughed about that, and I was like, yes, I was out of the market. I had buys and I got out, and screw everybody else who's getting hammered right now because I'm at the gym working out.
Exactly.
But that's the thing, right? So like that's the reason why it's the same thing like with these trades. Like we took gold this morning, gold buys, and then EJ sells. It's like my exposure's gone. I've made what I'm comfortable with. So whether I've made $5 or $500, it doesn't make a difference. It's the idea of I had the correct analysis at the time. I executed according to analysis. I exited according to my analysis and what I saw. And now I don't care what happens to the market. Like the market could crash and it doesn't bother me. And the reason why it doesn't bother me how much I could have made, because I never look at how much I could have made. I look at how much I could have lost. I always look at how much I could have lost if I was on the opposite side of that trade. Because I've been on the opposite side of those trades where it's gone the opposite way, and I've basically wrecked my account because of that.
Yeah. Now, were you always cocky when it came to trading?
Not really. It was more of the fact that even to this day, I still don't understand why people can't see what I see. Because I'm not looking at a different chart than you. And obviously a lot of us see the same thing all the time now, but it's always weird to me when someone sends me something that I'm like, how'd you not see that? Like, it's so blatantly obvious. It's almost like when I used to play poker, it's like the guy sitting there is hand shaking and then he bets. And he hasn't bet it, and it's not that his hand's shaking, it's more of like he hasn't played a hand in an hour. The board is so well coordinated, it's like he has to have it. Like, it's so obvious, and then the dumbass is like, I call it. And the guy's like, oh, I don't know. The guy's like, oh. Right. Like, it's just like, for me, it's like, man, how do you just give away money like that? And it's the same thing with trading. Like, when I see certain things and people send me charts, it's like, man, how do you just give away money like that? Like, why would you even do that? And I don't say that to people, but when people send me stuff, I'm polite about it. But in my head, I'm just like, man, like, you're so off. Like, why are you even considering trading with real money when you don't even notice like the particular things of going on, or you don't have a plan, or you don't even understand what you're doing yet? Like, why are you rushing so much? And I'll tell the same person, I'll say the same thing to the person 10 times. Go read, go watch video, go study. And the next day I get another chart. It's like, you're not listening to anything I'm saying. And then finally I just tell people off. I'm like, listen, I've told you exactly what you wanted to hear on how to be successful. You're not listening to me, so now you're directly insulting me. And then it's like, I get all these, oh, sorry, kind sir, thank you, kind sir. It's like, you know, it's like, just go off and do your thing, you'll be fine. But yeah, that's where my attitude comes from afterwards. But it's just it's just, you know, as you study the charts more, like, I guess my chart time, I've had thousands of hours of chart time, and I expect everybody to do the same thing, because as you get more chart time, the game becomes so much easier. It becomes blatantly obvious where the market's moving, and it's just basically, you just have to manage your risk at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's just because I haven't known you for more than 6-7 months. So I was just wondering if, like, when you started, did you always have that poker attitude come into it?
Well, it was just more, as you start to learn more things and you start to burn your hand on the stove, you start to say to yourself, hey, like, I should stop doing that. And the faster you stop doing things where you're burning your hand on the stove, the faster you recover. Like, just the little things, like not trying to hold trades for like 80 pips every day, which I looked at it, I was like, this is just stupid. Like, why would I do this? I'm trading every day anyways, so why not just take 1 or 2 trades every day and just keep coming back every single day and getting the best opportunities, not hoping that this trade is going to run 100 pips or 200 pips and then, you know, be able to show it off. And it's just, you know, when people look at it, market movement at best is random. Don't think it's not so much obvious. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, if you look at gold right now, if you look at the gold chart that we mapped out, and you look at where gold is currently, look at this. Oh shit, sorry. All you have to do is just look, right? So tell me that's not obvious. So this entire candle that popped up matches the candle to the left, right? So when you see that stuff and you look at what's going on in the market, how can you not say that that's not obvious? Like if when we're trading gold, how do you not make a target into that area? It's so big and it's so wide, and with momentum going up, when we're moving up in this direction, like why isn't that an obvious target? And that's sort of how I feel. Like where, you know, if you were trading and you were taking an opportunity, like where would I take my opportunity to? I mean, obviously I would look over here and I would say, oh, perfect, my target should be up over here, which I did, and I talked about earlier this morning, which was this here, and my target was going to be up over here, and I end up closing right over here. So I mean, it's like these are things that if you can spot in the market every single day, that's free money. That's exactly you know, what it comes down to is like you just look and you can see obvious pieces of information in the market to help you. I think people don't look at that closely enough, and that's where I get frustrated, because it's like you turn around, it's like, man, how can you not see that? I hate our education system. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, you shouldn't hate the education system. What you see, and this is the problem, is many people they're upset with their job, or they're upset with their education, or they're upset with this, or upset with that. The idea with what you have to do with those kind of ideas is you have to look at how you can exploit them, right? Like I always looked at, you know, if you hate education and you think that going to school is useless, figure out a reason why you should be at school. So maybe it's networking, maybe it's, you know, talking to your professors that have like real world experience, or maybe they're connected in sort of the industries you want to be in, and leveraging them that way. You know, like why, like don't discount things. And I think young people are quick to discount stuff, and it's like, you know, you hate your job. Yeah, everybody hates their job, but look at the people you're working with and figure out how you can leverage them. And not leverage in a bad way, but just turn around and be like, hey man, that guy's out every Saturday night partying and drinking and stuff like that. Who's he hanging out with? Maybe I should just go hang out with him a couple of times to see if there's somebody there that has, you know, that's worth it. Because what he may think of his friends, you may totally think something different, right? So suddenly your job now has become useful. And it's the same thing with school. Maybe there's a kid in class that has a loaded family, and they have access to these resources that you would have never known if you weren't in that class. Or maybe, you know, there's a guy that has the accessibility to certain things. Don't look at it as, oh, well, I'm going to school and I'm learning nothing. It's like leverage what you have in front of you and make it your own. And I think that's the attitude you have to take with everything in life, is take advantage of people's good nature, but not in a bad way. If people are offering their hand to help you, exploit it as much as you can so that you can benefit the greatest. Because people aren't going to turn around and say, I'm going to help you, and then turn around and get mad and be like, well, why are you asking so many questions? I'm here to help you. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's the same thing, like if you go out with people and you're having a good time and you're meeting people, people aren't going to turn around and be like, well, why are you talking to me? You know, we're just out hanging out. You're not supposed to talk to me, right? So look at those avenues and look at those approaches, instead of saying, well, I hate my job, I hate school, school sucks, we don't need education. It's like, well, yeah, maybe you don't need the education, but maybe there's a guy in class that you guys formulate a project with or build a business with that you would never have done if you weren't there. You know, it's just pretty straightforward. I mean, like, you got to be smarter with it. So.
So you see now, since we were just talking, nothing happened. Moves happen, and now it's just kind of like retracing, chilling. Thoughts on 100 USD live account? Well, it depends what your goals are, right? What your goals are, what you're really expecting out of that $100. Like for some people, $100 is a lot of money. For some people, it's not a lot of money, right? So you need to see what your. I think the main problem is that when people come to trading, they want to make money just fast, right? Because that's the whole idea that, hey, you come to trading, you're going to make money every day. But they forget that the first step is to have winning analysis. If you can't have winning analysis, every day, then obviously the money is not going to come, right? But once you start to get in the habit of like, looking for 1 or 2 trades and start to have winning analysis, then maybe after like 2-3 weeks, you're going to say, hey, like, you know what? I have more wins than losses. Maybe I can up my lot size and try to make some more money now. So like, the first step towards that is to have really winning analysis and really focus on just 1 or 2 pairs what you're going to focus on. Like this morning, guys are focused on EJ sells. They took sells, right? So what does that mean? They had 1 winning analysis today, right? And what you do is the next day you try to look for the same thing and the same thing. But some days, hey, there's going to be no trades. Some days, so those are the days where you ask yourself, hey, like, you know what? If I see market is ranging, if there's no trade, am I going to look at some other pair to look for a trade, or am I going to just sit back and just watch? So that's one very important thing.
I feel like the size of the account shouldn't even matter in the beginning. It should be just, like you said, winning.
Yeah, having
If
winning
you know how
analysis.
to win and you put $100 in the account, you can run it up to 400, 500, 600 by the end of the week if you take smart trades.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is too, people are not in the right frame of mind. The reason why they deposit $100 is they think that it's going to change their lives, and they're going to just grow that account to infinity. But they're not growing their account exactly what you said, Paul, for the right reasons. They're turning around saying, I have a bill, I have bills to pay, I have a car I want to buy, I have this I want to buy, and I know that if I follow this live stream every day, I'm going to be able to leverage this account heavy, make trades, make money, and then I'm going to be rich. And then once there's one bad trade call, or Rickill's analysis goes sideways and you're over leveraged, then you turn around and blame everybody and the monkey's uncle, instead of understanding that, hey, if I just keep my risk on its own, and I look at this as a 3 or 4 year game plan, and it doesn't have to be 3 or 4 years or 5 years. I'm just saying, be conservative in your estimates, because you never know. Maybe one day you double your account for just some stupid reason because the trade just kept running. Like, it happens. Like, don't get me wrong. I see great trades all the time. Like today we did EJ. I held it for like 38 pips. Like, normally I don't hold trades that long. So that was just a bonus because I had taken gold profits, and I'm like, okay, I'll parlay my gold profits and I'll see if I can leverage that with this EJ trade because it looked pretty clean. So you're going to have those opportunities, and suddenly now you've made more than what you were expecting. And so it's just, if you have a plan and you map it out, and I think people really need to do that. You get a journal, get something that you have to write down on paper, make it real for yourself. Because a lot of people, you go to the gym, you can see it too. If you go to the gym, how many people bring a notebook to the gym? Like, I bring a notebook. I'm always writing stuff down, like what I've done, how I lifted, everything. But you see so many people just at the gym just working out. Like, do you really think they're progressing? So you have to really turn around and look at what you're doing and saying, hey, am I putting every single effort into this so that I can be the best I can be? Am I journaling my trades? Am I going back reviewing? Am I doing everything I possibly can to be successful?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't bring a journal to the gym, but that just shows that there's different ways to do it. Like, you probably journal way different than I journal. Like, you don't need visual pictures. You just write shit down and read it. I hate reading. I'd rather look at a picture. So, different pictures.
Is somebody triggered Uncle Ted?
No. I don't get. I only get triggered when people don't listen. When people listen, I have lots of patience for people when they want to learn. But it's like, if I give you the information, don't come back and ask me what else. It's like some people message me. I get like 100, 200 DMs every day. What should I do to learn how to trade? So I give them the information, and they come back 2 hours later. They're like, okay, what else? I'm like, no, you didn't watch 60 hours of videos.
And back to the gym, like, not a lot irritates me, but people have been standing in my mirror space lately, and I couldn't contain myself yesterday, so I yelled at this dude.
Yeah, that's the other thing. People don't, they're not cognizant of the fact that, like, if a guy's lifting, don't walk in front of him while he's lifting.
Or
like, that's the worst thing you can do.
And do your
Yeah, like, that's the worst thing you can do. Like, I the other day I was doing, I actually finally got to 70-pound dumbbells for doing bench prep, like bench. and that was like my first time doing 70s. And literally, I was like waddling with them, and I had to walk around to the higher weight bracket because that's my other goal. Is because like the 60s are like the end of the weak weights, I say, because it goes like from 10 pounds to 60, and then you get into the big ones, which are 70 to 200. So I finally graduated to the second rack. So I'm super excited about that. And it was just the same thing. I had to literally waddle around the whole entire like sort of bench area because guys were working out, and I see this one guy just take his 15-pound dumbbells and just walk through everybody. And I was just sort of like, man, that's like the same thing when you're on a green. If you're golfing, don't walk through someone's green path. Like if they're gonna putt, don't walk through that path. Walk around it. It's just the same thing. It's just common sense, but I guess.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with. I'm sure some people are like, oh, like just because you're big, you think you can do whatever you want. Like if I see a dude that's like 110 pounds and like my girlfriend's bigger than him, I've moved out of the way so he can look at himself in the mirror and curl. Like that has nothing to do with it. It's just being polite.
Etiquette. Yeah, etiquette.
Yeah, gym etiquette. Oh my God, I was curling and he walked in front of me and started doing curls. I was like, hey, move. Oh shit, my bad. I was like, come on, man. Seriously, you didn't see me standing here? Like, there's maybe one guy that's almost the size of me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Not that that's relevant, but like, I'm not small enough to where I'm invisible. Like, I'm pretty visible. And I was just like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then there were these girls that were just huddling around the like 30s, 40s, and 50s for dumbbells, just talking. And I just stood in front of them, crossed my arms, and I just looked at them. Like, can I get the dumbbells, please? Like, are you guys done socializing?
They'd be like,
oh my God, I was so mad. I
got a boyfriend. You got boyfriend. No, that's not what I want. I want dumbbell.
They're like, oh, hi, how are you? I'm like, no. First of all, you're talking, so that's definitely a disinterest of mine.
All right. Trading psychology is hard. I've noticed, been trading for half a year now, mainly lost. The major issue is neurotic behavior. I mean, once again, we can talk about trading psychology. I'll go through this again for the 10,000th time. Is essentially trading psychology comes down to your needs and wants. Your trading is triggering something deeper than the actual trade itself. You have to understand that when you're trading, there's a reason why you're trading, and the more honest you are with yourself when it comes to trading, the better your psychology is going to be. There's a question here: how can you take 100 to 400, 500 if you do 1 to 3 per $100? Easy. You don't do that in a week. You do that over the next couple of months, and that's what you have to work with, and that's what you have to reside, and you have to say to yourself. So going back to trading psychology, it's the same thing. If I have a $100 account, I have to understand there's a reason why I have a $100 account. The reason why I have a $100 account is probably three reasons. A, I don't have the financial capacity to have a bigger account. B, I don't want to risk more than $100. Or C, I'm not good enough in my trading ability that I believe so that I should risk more than $100. So right away, you've created several barriers in terms of your psychology. So what's your initial barrier? I have a $100 account. This is the most I'm willing to lose, or this is the most I can afford. So that's your first barrier. So right away, you've put a restriction in your mind to say, listen, I'm trading with money that, this is the most I can afford to lose. So with that being said, if you only have $100 to lose, chances are you've never had $100,000 to spend, right? Just think logically. It's not insulting. It's not to create an argument. It's not to say, well, what about this? What about that? But just think from a logical sequence of events. If I only have a $100 trading account, I've never experienced having $10,000 or $20,000 to spend for the most part. There's anomalies, but we're going with the base here of the experiment. So with that being said, now when you start trading, you have ideas of making that big money right away, because nobody ever turns around and says, I have a $100 trading account. If I just make $5 today, I'm going to be happy. Nobody ever says that, but that's the first thing that you have to say is, I have to be trading in relation to what I have available to me. So if I have a $100 account, if I make $100 a day, or sorry, $1 a day or $2 a day, that is what I should be comfortable doing. If I'm not comfortable with that, I have to change my circumstances. And it has nothing to do with trading. It has something to do with everything that's around you. Maybe I need a better job. Maybe I need to save more. Maybe I need to adjust my spending habits. All these things come down to your psychology. It has nothing to do with laws of attraction, how good you are as a trader, you know, what kind of experience you have. It has everything to do with what your attitude is towards money and how you see the dollar, right? Because people turn around to me and they look and they're like, oh, I'll tell you, just trade and you just make money. Yeah, because I don't have any sort of ideas of what I need to do, or I'm not worried about losing because I know tomorrow's another day, but more importantly, I know I have financial means behind me. And then the argument becomes, well, Ted, you have so much money, you don't care. Right, but the $100 for you can be so much money and you just don't have to care about it as well. And you will turn around and you'll make more. If someone gave you, and this is what I always tell people, in your mind, if you have a $100 account right now, if someone was to hand you $1 million tomorrow, would you still be trading today? That's the question you have to ask yourself every single day. If I win the lottery tomorrow, or I get a windfall where I have money to buy what I wanted, am I still going to want to trade? If the answer is no, trading is not for you. That's the bottom line. Because it shouldn't matter how much money you have or you don't have. You should have a passion for what you're doing, and you should enjoy this process. So if you answer the question honestly, and there's nothing wrong with answering the question honestly. If you were to make $1 million tomorrow, someone's going to hand you a large sum of money that would cover all your expenses, all your debts, whatever you thought you needed to be comfortable. Would you still wake up tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern to trade and to be with everybody? If the answer is no, you have to leave, because all you're doing is you're doing a disservice to yourself. And what you have to then figure out is, what are some other opportunities that I would be passionate about that I would want to pursue? Because trading isn't something I'm passionate about, and all I'm doing is burning money. That's basically what it comes down to. So ask yourself that question every single day you come to the charts. If I made $1 million today, would I want to come back tomorrow? When the answer turns out to be no, that's when you have to stop, turn around and take a break, or reevaluate why you're trading.
I think if I got handed $1 million, I just wouldn't show up for the rest of the week. But I'd be here next week.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I just have a way larger trading account.
Yes, but that's exactly what it is, right? And when you look at that, you have to turn around, and that's what you have to say, is you have to be able to figure out why you're actually doing trading.
Shit, I put $250K in my account, and I'd be on the charts ASAP.
I don't even think I'd put that much. I'd just put like 10K, honestly.
I mean, if you got $1 million, that's only...
Yeah, but I'm just like, managing what I have now and then managing 10, 20K would just be a lot different, you know?
Yeah.
Like, depends on, like, it all depends on your risk tolerance. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could have 5K and you could still make a couple $1,000 a day. Depends on your risk tolerance. So it doesn't really matter the size of the account.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You could take like 100 to 400 or 500 in a week, but you have to know how to trade first.
Yeah, like when Ted drops 100 lots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like so you have to build up to that. You know, I mean, he's probably Ted. How long have you been trading with a larger account?
Probably for a year and a half. 2 years, yeah. Because I normally only traded with like maybe like $500,000 to $1 million. I usually had in my account, and then afterwards I ran up. Like last year, I actually had a really good few months where I was able to generate a lot of profit. I was trading not necessarily aggressive, but where here I take 1 or 2 entries, like that EJ trade as an example. Like we took 1 entry on EJ, I would take like 3. So I knew, because I was 100% confident with that trade. I would take 3 entries, but I wouldn't hold 30 pips. I would hold maybe 25 pips or 20 pips. and then now I would be looking for entries again. So I was a little bit more aggressive in terms of my trading approach. So I was able to run my account up more. I wasn't necessarily adding to my risk, but I was saying, hey, listen, instead of me risking 1% today or 2%, I'm going to risk 4 or 5%, and that's a bigger chunk of change when you start running your account up. And then we had a couple of days last year in September where we had like Canadian interest rates and stuff like that. Like I made $1 million in a day trading that one pair, USD CAD, when it dropped it dropped 300 pips in 5 minutes. So I made 927,000. Like it's just when you think of stuff like that really boosts your account. And then with that, I was able to then turn around and press that money again. So like I was always pressing. Like if I want to run up an account, I can, because I can be more aggressive. My swings will be a little bit hard. Like I'll swing a little bit harder, and I'll take losses because I'll have to hold trades, and I'll have to take opportunities that are not 100% secure. Maybe they're 70% secure, right? Like they check 4 out of 5 boxes for me, and I'll still take the trade because the 5th box is a smaller variable that I weight less against the other 4 boxes. But I don't recommend people do that because people don't have the stomach or the psychology to handle that, because once you take a few losses, you're gonna go into a spin cycle.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut, but I'm gonna go off.
Oh, no problem, Bobby.
Yep. Bye-bye.
See you later, Bobby.
Bobby, no more moaning.
I mean, he climaxed as a CP climax, so
Yeah.
I had done the same thing. Especially when you're wrong and then you end up being right. You wake up to that.
You know what's funny is Bobby has a lot of haters, but I guarantee this guy is going to be a crazy good trader. High profit.
A crazy good trader. He's crazy good.
I've seen him start, and I talked to him in the beginning, and I've seen where he is now, and he's got it. He's just one of those, it's like a sure thing.
Yeah. Why would he have a lot of haters, though?
I don't know, because he's always talking. He's always just going on. Yeah.
Haters on where?
I don't think he would. He's too nice. I don't think he would.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
I'm not speaking out of my ass. I know people who don't like him.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna mention them.
Because
I don't know why anyone wouldn't.
I mean, the man took $4 to almost 500 in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, only trading one pair.
You gotta respect that.
And sending charts.
Or not, you gotta respect that.
And sending charts every day to me. Like, he would send me charts so much, and I was like, okay, Bobby, give me like 2 hours to go through these charts. And the next day I'd look at the charts, and the chart would go exactly where he had marked them. Like, it took everything in account. JPY news, Euro news, he would mark that all up. He'd make like crazy ovals on the charts, and I'm like, well, Bobby, it makes sense, but it plays out, you're gonna win. And hey, at the end of the day, he would win.
Yeah, $4 to 500. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, I made more than what I make over here at my family business.
Yeah, man. I don't think I could do that. I know for a fact I can't do that. I don't have the patience to.
Hey, I'm new here. Is this a live signal group or educational group? This is for educational purposes only.
With a few signals here and there.
So you go to youtube.com and Mr. Pure Mathematics. There are lots of videos here you can watch on price action, risk management, trend trading. So just go through all these videos. Look at these topics, man. Setup versus strategy, candle timings, building confidence. Wow. Look at this topic. This topic just wants you to watch this video.
And he's plugging himself.
Trading is hard for me, then trading is probably not for you. I mean, if something's hard, then you might want to choose something else.
Or work harder.
Yeah, or work harder, or work smarter. Because like most people come into trading saying, like they message me saying, hey man, like my mom or dad or this and that are sick, and I want to make money to help them. And I say to them, you know what, trading is the worst way to solve that issue. Because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna use the money that you can't afford to lose, and then at the end of the day you're gonna lose it. Then you're gonna be like, oh shit, now I'm in even more trouble. So it's not gonna work out. Looks like all these JPY pairs are running out of steam here. EJ, GJ. I mean, we called some really good trades. All JPY pairs sells, gold buys, GCAD buys.
GJ looks like it's coming up to retest.
Yeah.
Area.
Exactly.
And then it'll probably continue down once New York opens.
Hey Sinan, how are you?
It's Sinan, not Sinan.
Sinan.
Hey, gold is retested again 1511, so I think it's a buy now.
1511?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the guy that wants to show you his grass, right?
Ninad.
Not my grass, my lawn.
Yeah, your grass. Yeah, so 15, 10, 15, 11 is a very strong level. But you gotta, you gotta wait for the candle to close bullish, so you can say, oh look, we formed support at this level.
Yeah.
So what'd you do to your grass? Like
Hey guys, when are we gonna have a boot camp for UK, please?
I think Rajesh might have stepped away.
Boot camp for the UK.
Ted? Yeah.
Yes, it is Uncle Ted. First time caller, long time listener.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Too much pressure, Uncle Ted.
Too much pressure for what? Talking to me?
No,
I feel like we're on like Ellen or something. When people meet Ellen, they start crying. That's how I feel when people meet me. They're like, "Oh, Ted." I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on?" Like, I'm happy that you like me. It's better than you trying to stab me with a knife or something. Like,
nah, not really. I do like you. You know the way I run to you every day when I'm having dark time. So
I know.
Yeah.
UK boot camp. I'm not a good flyer. Like, it will take me a lot of courage to get across to the UK. So I think once planes get more evolved and more efficient, then I'll come there. But for now, everyone can just listen to me or message me. I mean, I think if I went to the UK, I'd probably shut that place down for a week. But I mean, it's just. It'd be like a national holiday. It's like, oh, Uncle Ted came from Canada. Let's go learn Forex.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been calling for it, and we've been discussing it, behind the scenes, and we feel like we've been abused,
Behind the scenes, there's this like group, like this like Red Army faction that's like, hey, if we kidnap him, we can get him on the plane, and he'll be here for a few days to teach us. That, and then Africa. People want me to come to South Africa. Like, there's a big contingent of people in Africa that want me to go there too. So it's just, I don't know. Honestly, if I do it one day, everyone will have enough notice where they can take holidays or plan like rituals and stuff like that when I actually get there. It's just I'm just not a good flyer. I just have to figure out how to do that mentally and do hypnosis and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just one day I'll get out there and then everyone will see me.
Yeah, can I say we can't wait anymore, if you should take it that way, like on a lighter note.
Can't wait anywhere, right?
I like it.
Yeah, seriously. I had even wanted to organize some kind of meet and greet, but the thing is, the game plan is for you and which one like is coming.
The game plan.
The game.
Because yesterday the guys were just hitting on me that what am I waiting for? So I talked.
Oh, in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK. Seriously, yeah.
Dude, there's a
I
lot
don't
of
want to
we have a lot of good traders.
say. I don't want to say we feel like we're being ignored, but the guys are like, you know, what is that doing to us? Is it not coming, or is it deliberate? If I should put it that way.
I just don't like to fly. It's not deliberate. If you guys are in Toronto, if anyone comes to Toronto and I know you personally or I've interacted with you, you tell me where to go. Like I'm actually talking to someone right now who's from Vancouver, and it's just like they're like, "Oh, are we hanging out tonight?" Yeah, of course. Like it's all good. Like I mean, it's you know, like it's just. You just tell me, give me a couple days notice, and I clear my schedule all the time for people to go out to lunch or to dinner, and you know, just to shoot the shit and talk about stuff. Like I do that almost. I would do that. I would say at least 3 times or 4 times a week. I'll go out to 2 dinners or 2 lunches with people, or I'll meet someone somewhere, and we'll just talk. I just don't announce it. I just don't post on Instagram because I don't think that's necessary. Like I don't think I should have to be like, hey, look, I'm meeting people I know who trade, you know, like, or hey, it's great to see everybody again. Like I'm a private person. I don't want people knowing where I am or what I'm doing. And if I'm hanging out with you, it's because it's a private engagement. It's not for Instagram clout. It's not to be like, hey, see, if you join my mentorship, you can hang out with me all the time. It's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, you're my friend and I want to hang out with you and I want to talk to you. Like, I don't care how old you are or what you look like or how big your bank account is or what kind of car you drive. That's not the issue. The issue is you have the same sort of ideas that I have when it comes to, you know, bettering yourself, or you want to be a good trader. Like, you like trading, you're passionate about it. So that's the whole idea. Like, if we have other things in common, great, but you know, like, it's not a big deal.
Well, I do get you. Thank you for that, but I think we might even suggest that if you don't mind coming in a submarine, you know, or something. You guys are ready.
I was thinking I might do the boat, the Queen Elizabeth III.
Yes, probably.
New York City. It's a 2-week boat cruise. New York City all the way over to the UK.
Yeah, trying to deliver TED across the ocean is the biggest problem.
Yes.
Right,
How to deliver TED.
But thanks for that anyway. It's just that we've been discussing it behind the scenes, and sometimes I feel like, you know, just banging on you and saying, Ted, please come and save some of us. You know, what we try to do, just to alert you, is to have a meet and greet maybe very soon, within a month. You know,
okay, well, let's do it tomorrow. I'll check it out.
What we'll do is we'll do like a president and give you a call, maybe video call when we are set, and then just have a word with the guys. Assure them that one day we'll just pop it, you know, so that the guys will leave me alone.
Oh, okay. So so you don't want the pressure anymore, okay?
I think I've had enough, to be honest. But thank you so much. Thank you for clearing that air for me. I'm happy. I can pass it on to the guys now.
Yeah, no problem.
Maybe some of them feel like the UK guys are a bit creepy, as somebody said, you know, that's why you're not coming.
No, not at all.
Yeah, we are nice people. You know?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt in my mind. I have relatives that live in the UK, so I know very well. And I mean, I have lots of friends that are in the UK that I think are closer than some of my friends that I see in Toronto. So I mean, I have no problems with that. It's just the flight I'm not a big fan of. But I mean, if I build up the courage, I definitely, if I go to the UK, it'll be there for a couple of weeks, and I'm pretty sure that everybody in the UK that knows me will have a chance to sit down with me. I'll make sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, I would never show up to another location like the UK like that and knowing how much people have been waiting to see me and not announce that I was there. Like when I go to Miami, I see all the people in Miami that are out there that I know. You know, when I go to Vegas, it's the same thing. People see me out there. So like, I always make sure that people who are supposed to see me see me. I don't make a big announcement. Like, I don't like to be like, I'm going to be in Miami between this day and this day. It's like, if I'm in Miami and I know people that are in Miami, I message them and say, hey, I'm here right now. Call people who you know, who want to hang out, and we just hang out. It would be the same thing in the UK. If I was in the UK, I would tell certain people I'm in the UK, and that would disseminate through everybody. Everybody would figure it out eventually.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
No
As
problem.
always.
What's this? Buy or sell GJ? I think the move was sells on GJ. Now GJ is slowing down. I wouldn't want to take a trade here because essentially now GJ is in this, I said 38 pip range. It's already halfway through, so it's pretty hard to take a buy or sell in GJ.
I think it's gonna come up to that. What does that number say? 128. Whatever your bottom line is, and it'll retest and then at least go back to resistance again. Or to support. Gold's looking nice.
Is gold moving? Ooh, gold's creating support again. Yeah. Yeah.
4 minutes.
Gold's creating support again. Alright.
You getting ready to sell, Ted?
Sell gold? Not yet. I think buys could be valid above 15.16. And then we could probably go to 15.20. I think that would be a good target. The only problem with that target, your stop loss, I haven't figured out a stop loss yet, so I don't know where we would stop yet. I think the stop loss may be at 15.12. I think that would be a good stop loss. Yeah, 15.12, like right where we're creating support right now. If we take trades at 15.15, your stop loss would then go to 15.12, I think would be a good stop loss. And then your take profit would be 15.20. So you'd have basically like a 50 pip gain and like a 20 pip or 30 pip risk. So I think that's a possibility. Ted, are you familiar with the diamond pattern? Yeah, that's Diamond Dallas Page when he came out on the WCW and he puts his hands up in the air. That's the diamond pattern I know. Are you guys with IML? No, IML, they steal from the poor and make themselves richer. I don't believe in that type of Robin Hood fallacies.
How dare they compare us to IMO?
Shit.
Ted, why did you choose the Model S versus the BMW i8? Because the Model S is all electric, and it goes faster than the i8 and everything else.
I sat in an i8 and my legs were too bent for comfort.
Yeah, it's a small car.
Like it isn't that deep. Like the R8 is deep. i8 is not that deep.
Alright, girls, what do we have today?
Today we look like we could probably take gold buys very shortly if this support holds on the 15-minute. So the next hour candle, we might have a push afterwards. Might be a good opportunity if this support holds. Rakil hasn't mapped out, so I think that's. But I wouldn't want to take the entry right now because we're coming close to the new hour candle. If you took an entry on the last 15-minute candle, you're probably in a good spot, but that was very risky. So I think the next hour we might have a little bit more information for gold to push up further. Target for gold is 15.20. I think we have a good opportunity for that. Initial target would be 15.16. If we get there, then from 15.16 we should jump to 15.20. Yeah, 5-minute candles. If you're watching that has a nice support. Yeah, keep that in mind. So if you're looking to trade with the 5-minute candles, your support is 15.12, and your target would be 15.16, like 50. That would be your target right now. So that's how you would have basically no drawdown right now, and you would have full gain. But you're only going from 15.13 to basically 15.16. That's the target. I don't actually pain, but I had a way to get through a group. Oh. Yeah. Well,
oh, yeah.
IML is a bunch of bullshit. And I'll put that meme up to tell me otherwise. But, I mean, you know, like, sit here and prove to me that IML isn't bullshit.
I mean, their name says it all. IML, Internet Marketing Legends.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why is the target 1520? The target to 1520 is because on the hour candle we have a rejection right at that point at 1520.
Thanks Ted for like 10-11 pips there.
No problem.
I saw the 15 minute and you said the next one might go up.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I'm like, well, 4-hour close push, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. This hour might flip. If the hour flips bullish, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Oh, you entered gold already?
Yeah, I even closed.
I was just talking about it. I didn't enter it. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Do you share the screen when we do this analysis? Yeah, this is the gold screen right now. So if you go to the 5-minute candles, it's exactly what I was just talking about. See that 5-minute push on the 5-minute candle and the 15-minute candle? So this 15-minute candle was your support creator. This next 15-minute candle pushed right into this area here. That was your target, right? Why was it your target? Because you have rejection here and rejection over here, and we went down and then we popped back up. That's basically what you're doing. And you can apply this concept that we just talked about to higher time frames as well, but keep in mind it'll just take a little bit longer for those trades to mature. So yeah, so 1516 was the initial target, and then from 1516 we should probably go to 1520. But I don't know how we're gonna hold this support right now. This new support, that's what I'll base my risk off of to go to 1520. Is what happens over in this section here. So if we create a new support over here, then your target to 1520 is over here, and then your support goes over here, right? So if you're in a trade right now, you can target 1520, your stop loss then goes right over here, knowing that you'll probably create a support at this point over here.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're absolutely right. Because Nicole also, she closed the trade, and when she closes the trade, it just keeps on running. Always it has happened.
Yeah. Does your channel have video? Yes, there's 61 videos on this channel. So if you actually go out of this channel and type in a new tab in YouTube and go into the channel without going into the live stream, you'll see all the different videos.
All the possible questions you can ask, there's a video for it.
It's scary, but it's true.
That thing you. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
That thing about closing a trade and it keeps on running. I have an account at Trader's Way, and I'm not trying to bash any brokerage, but I mean I close it and sometimes like a good couple of seconds, it's still the trade is still there.
Oh. Which are you using, MT4 or MT5?
MT4, sir.
Oh. Yeah, that's the reason why. MT4 is a very bad, or it's notorious for lagging, because what's happening, it's going through the server, and that's why when you click close on your server, sometimes it lags, and that's the reason why. It's because the MT4, the metacode servers are poor. MT5 has it's a little bit less stable than MT4, but the execution is a lot on MT5 if MT5 is available.
Okay, and if I'm using MT5, how much of a learning curve is there to go from MT4 to MT5?
It's like iPhone 6 versus iPhone 7.
That's actually very true.
I'm just asking again.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, there's little nuances on it, like you might, like the way that it's structured, but I mean, other than that, like the screens are pretty much the same. Everything's the same on that. It's just, it's something else to get used to. That's it. Trader's Way is unregulated. Almost every brokerage is unregulated.
Every brokerage which is not in the US is considered unregulated.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. Well, in terms of charts, I think all the excitement was early in the morning and now it's just dead.
I know.
trading for 9 years. Flying solo. Perfect. Can I see your GJ chart? Yes. This is the GJ chart. GJ dropped. Form support. Now it's ranging. I like the Indian sounding fellow. I'm not Indian, man. I'm Pakistani. There's a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Big difference. Look at Nanad and look at me. Me and Nanad are good friends.
2020, I'm legend of 2024.
I like the nod.
Nanad is awesome.
You want to learn pre-book for me for 2022? I'm the Forex trainer for 2023, okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Do you guys set alerts when trading? No, it's all market execution. It's all market execution. Yeah. One thing I use for stops is I like to place my stops above or below the previous 30-minute or the 1-hour candles. Works pretty good. What's your view on EU today? There's nothing more than I hate EU, and there's nothing more than I hate the person who asks me to analyze EU, because it's just garbage. Look at this pair, man. Look at this pair. Look at this garbage pair.
Yeah, I don't like EU either.
Even go back, just range, just a drop and then range, and then move.
If you measure those huge candles, it's like 10 pips.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the EU is just so stupid. Look at this. You can't trade this. Uncle Raja, can you say show me profits? Show me profits. Would you sell trade on GJ be what? Would a sell trade on GJ be a good idea when it reached that upper level? Yeah. So once GJ reaches here, I guess you need to wait for a candle to close bearish. That's the key, because earlier on someone was trying to buy GJ at 128. So the idea was, if you're gonna buy, you have to wait for candle to turn your direction, in your direction, right? If the bus is going left, you can't just jump on the bus and say, oh, it's going to go right. No, it's going left. When the bus starts to go right, then you jump on the bus. Super simple. Sahaj King. King of Kings.
Ooh, what is gold? It's pulled all the way back.
Yeah. If this 30-minute close is bullish, then we should wait for the next hour candle to form a wick, or just execute the next bullish candle? Because this is a very good question. So what I would, if I wouldn't have taken a trade, I would place my stop below the 30-minute candle and expect it to continue moving bullish. That's how I would look at this. So if you're looking on gold, the 30-minute is pulling all the way back, so you're just waiting for it to close. But the way it's closing, it seems like this support is strong, so that's what I would do. So you'll measure your stop loss. Stop loss is going to be like 22 pips, like 15, 10, 50 would be a good stop. And then you say, if it hits my stop, what are you going to lose? And once you're okay with that loss, then you take a trade. Because you know, it's just like what Ted says, what's the most that you can lose? Because profit is profit. You just got to be okay with the amount you lose. Tired of listening to the same fucking stupid music YouTube gave me. Four-hour closed on GJ. It seems like GJ might have some more legs later on to come even further down.
I think it's going to push up to that area, and then it'll come back down and break the support it has.
In your eyes, what are few most common traits on gold? Just started backtesting it, and I'm trying to get more familiar. The best thing I can tell you about gold is that it moves fast. Can you call out gold when you're buying among this? I don't know. I mean, I gave an idea. I'm not going to buy gold. I already took one trade, 35 pips. So I gave an idea on gold. You can have a stop below this candle. If you took that idea, you should be up like what, 15 pips? It's all about taking a risk. Any ideas on AUD USD? I don't trade that pair, so I don't know. Put it this way, I had a dispute, they didn't return my funds, I had evidence, just fobbed me off. Pepperstone, same thing occurred, money back and next day, no question asked. Oh. Can you advise on PSAR to avoid? What's PSAR? I'm not sure. Do you stick to the same watch list? Yes, same watch list. I only trade well, gold, GJ and EJ, and sometimes GPCAD, because it's very important that you familiarize yourself with the pairs you're going to trade. Can you open market profile in TradingView? I'm not sure what market profile is. Oh, parabolic SAR. I have no idea how parabolic SAR works. I actually tried using parabolic SARs back in the day when I started. So it was basically, it's going to print 5 dots, right? So the idea was at 6th dot, the price is going to reverse. So that was the whole idea. So after every 6th dot, I would sell if the price was going up, and I would almost every time get stopped out. And then I said, well, this is stupid. It's not working. Parabolic stop and reverse. Yeah, I think JPY pairs are going to continue moving down. I think Ted, you're right. That's going to correct all the move on EJ later on.
Yeah. It was trending down before that.
Yeah, because
so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole move from yesterday gets corrected. Look, gold is heading up. Wow, 25 pip move.
Yeah, looks like EJ and GJ are gonna go break the.
Gold has no bottom wick. Yes, but who cares? Gold is moving up.
I think EJ is going to break 118, 388, retest, and then it should drop to 117, 730 area. And then probably continue down from there. I'll send the chart. Ted, what are you training today?
Back and biceps.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did legs yesterday.
Yeah, I killed some legs yesterday too, man.
I had back and bi yesterday. That shit was oof.
Loaded up on tests today, basically, from all the legs I did.
Yeah. Was that you who posted in the chat about saving your test?
No, that was Roger. He was like, no, stop right there. Save your test. Save your test. I was like, what? Why? But then you were like, yeah, I do that too.
I was kidding.
Oh.
But when I was like natural, my like first ever trainer I had, he told me to just not do that, not have any of that happen, and my test would go up. So I went like 2 weeks without doing anything, and I was just so angry at everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
Not doing what exactly?
Having sexual intercourse. Wait.
Oh, you're talking about abstinence, celibacy. Yeah, you gotta find a way to transmute that energy, or else you will be pissed. It'll be like a bull.
oh, I know the feeling now. I got a very unlimited amount of tests in my body right now.
You get blood work?
Yep, my blood work is perfect. My HDL and LDL is perfect.
Well, do you get the panel where it caps off at 1500, or can you see above 1500 for test?
Oh, it goes way above. My test right now is pushing like 4,000 to 6,000.
Woo.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay.
If I did that, all my hair will fall out.
See, my hair doesn't fall out.
No?
I'm hoping it'll make my beard come in a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I buy gold? Question mark.
No side effects for me. Yet, at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully keep it that way. My coach is really smart, so I should be fine as long as I listen.
Okay, man, that's good.
I think before buying gold, you need to understand where your stop loss is going to be before you buy gold. We just talked about this. This is your support at 15, 10, 50, and unless that support gets respected, you should continue moving up, right? So this means your stop loss should be at 15, 10, 50, because that's your support. Support, like having a stop loss, is like putting a condition on the trade, that this is the condition which the trade has to meet for it to continue where you want it to go. You know, so if you have a stop, you're saying, okay, this is the price where the candles need to respect for it to go your way. So if you're looking at gold, you know, when this candle closed, we gave an idea that if your stop is at 15, 10, 50, price should respect that level for it to continue moving up and continue to move up. So now if you enter now, this is really going to be a very bad risk reward, because your stop is going to be very big. I think GG is gonna fall. If you think GG is gonna fall, that's pretty good, because
I put EJ in the chat.
Yeah, I think they will continue moving down for the rest of New York session. I'm good at stop loss, but TP always wrong. Can you give some tips? Yes, so look back at your trades and figure out the amount of pips your trades go in profits all the time. Let's say if it's like this question was asked maybe 2-3 days ago, and the guy said, well, like, you know, most times my trade always go in profits of 12 pips, 12 to 13. And then after that, you know, it goes up, comes down, it's just random. I'm like, okay, awesome. So just take profits on some positions at 12 pips and let one run. So that way you're constantly taking profits while you're letting one run, and then, like, you know, most times it's going to get stopped out, but then there's going to be times it's just going to keep on running. USD CAD bullish. Perfect. I don't trade USD CAD, but let's have a look here. Oh wow, this thing is going bullish. Oh, USD CAD would have been an easy trade here. It's the same as GP CAD. AJ will break and continue. This one probably lower. Yes. Gold about to drop hard. I think gold needs to break below 1510 to drop hard.
Akil, how long are you gonna? Is the stream going till normal time?
I think in maybe 20 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it really depends. I think if there's anything going on in the markets. If the markets are just ranging, there's no point of hanging out here. It just forces people to trade more because then they start asking, "Oh, should I take a trade? Should I take a trade?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like we came early in the morning, caught some nice moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the move started super early.
They did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been catching most of my trades around 10. I don't know why. The market's been moving a lot more around 10 a.m.
If EJ breaks in 18 minutes, I'm gonna look at that. But if not, I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta go look at houses. I gotta look at some of my projects. Ted, when you bringing some of your money, bro?
I saw the stuff that you were looking at. It'd be interesting. I mean, once I finished this current project that I'm on, I'll start looking a little bit closer because I have a couple of people that are looking for investments. So I'm working on a couple of projects to finish those, and then once I've done that, then I can move to the next one. So yeah, it might be a good opportunity.
I know you don't like flying, but I can show you all the houses that we do.
Oh yeah, no, Florida's 2 hours. That's easy.
Yeah, no, it's you do some amazing custom work, man. Some amazing custom. But I like the specs, man. The profit margins on the small little spec houses that are like 1,600 square foot. I build those.
Yeah.
I build those for like 130.
Nice.
And I sell them for like 250.
Perfect.
Yeah. But now we're looking into doing a lot of multifamily because, you know, with the market moving the way that it's moving, multifamily is usually the way to go.
Yeah, people are trying to consolidate and live together.
Okay, what's this? Interesting
Consolidate.
GA for a sell. The problem with GA for a sell is that it's at resistance, you're right, but if you look on the candles, let's say, look at the daily candle, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. So all these candles are bullish. So there's no sell on GA yet. Have to wait for candle to turn bearish. It's because it's at resistance, it hasn't created resistance. Two very different things.
Said, do you trade for big investors? No, I have algorithms that do that.
So if you look over here, this is the last time it came up. Candle closed bearish, so it created resistance. What happened after this? Move went down. This candle is bullish. It's at resistance, and you need a candle to go bearish, and then you can sell. We've created resistance, and then you can sell.
Heading back down to the CNA tomorrow.
I'll see. Thursdays are usually good to go play. Be a good idea. I might get out there and play for a bit, but we'll see. It was fun the last time I was there last week. Yeah. It's this. I know most of the guys that are playing down there, anyways, because we play in the other clubs in the city. So it's just like seeing the same faces. It's like they actually had a bigger game going, so now I'm going to bring more money and play the bigger game. There's actually a private game that they run. Well, it's not private, but it just seems like it wasn't on the list, and I didn't realize it, but they were playing like 25, 50, and 50, 100 game. So I want to get it.
50, 100?
Yeah, limit, yeah. Check gold. What are we checking gold for?
Check gold.
gold is ranging right now. See, so here's your issue, and we talk about this a lot, is if you're trying to trade in this area, you have issues because the market is going to move from this direction to this direction, right? So if you're going to take a trade, you have to say, where is my stop? And then where is my take profit going to be? So your initial take profit can probably be at this level here, because that basically completes this entire wick. That's what we're looking to fill, that entire wick. But the problem is, how much is your risk versus your reward to do that, right? So you see how the one side of the arrows are a little bit not as big as the other side. So this is your reward, and this is the risk, right? So right now we have an imbalanced risk to reward if we were looking at this idea. So it doesn't make sense to turn around and take the trade, because what if it reverses all the way? It's great to see after the fact and say, oh, look, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. But the idea would be you would have to really watch that. And what I would want to see is if we are going to have more upside, you can then probably take trades over at this point here to go further up instead of trying to work in this small little area here. If you're already in trades from down here, sure, you can set like your stops at above break even. You can continue to run, but to try and enter over here is much too difficult, and that's why traders make very big mistakes. And when you look at that, you know, you have to really evaluate. Just because there is a trade doesn't mean it's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do, and is the right risk to reward there. That's probably the bigger thing that you have to keep in mind when you're trading all the time. It's just because you see an opportunity, does the opportunity make sense overall? Sometimes it doesn't.
Measuring momentum. You can't measure momentum. Momentum is not measured. It's felt. You can feel it more. Like when you see GJ and you can just feel like, okay, momentum is kicking in. If it's gonna fall, it's gonna have a fall till, you know, maybe this level here. Volume, I think this whole idea about like volume is being cautious about the time of the market, right? Let's say if you're going to look at the market after like or close to New York close at around maybe like in the afternoon Eastern time, and then it's obviously like, you know, hey, there's less volume because there's less activity going on in the market, right? So when you're looking at the markets at this time, when there's NYC open, London is open, you know, so now you can say, okay, you know what, there's a lot of volume here in the market. So if you're looking at JPY pairs to fall, this is a good idea because that support came down, consolidating, so the next move should be down over here. But you also have to be cautious enough that support was created at this level, 127.650, so you need this level to break first before we go down here. So if you look at GPAUD, someone who's trying to take sells, you need a candle to close bearish for it to go down. But so far, if you look at the candles, they're making higher lows. They're very simple, you know, basic trading idea. This is a high, this is a higher low, this is another higher low. This candle closes in 9 minutes, and it's going to make another higher low. You know, if you run a course from the UK, then you're gonna sell here because see, higher highs and higher lows. Simple. Price goes up. Why you trade those pairs? Because I've looked at these pairs for a long time. I've seen UJ for almost 4 years. GP CAD I've seen for like a year. Gold, same thing, 4 years. Moved to GJ after watching GJ for a month. Like I literally watched GJ for a month before moving to GJ because, you know, obviously GJ is like very volatile. So should we swing now?
Ted is still here.
Do you smoke a spliff in the morning before trading? No. That's... Why would you want to go compete while you're stoned? I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Why would you impair your state of mind while you want to trade? That's for when you want to relax, you know?
Yes. You said you did that before. Yes, I stopped.
I trade according to my account size. You should be trading according to the amount of risk you wish to put onto your account. Your margin shouldn't have any issues if you are managing your risk. Right? So if you're using 1 or 2% of your account to trade with, you should never have any margin or leverage issues. Is it okay to place a buy stop at 15, 17, anticipating a move up on gold? Well, what will be your stop loss? That is more important, right? So before we talk about placing buy stops and sell stops and all those other things, you need to have a stop on how much can you afford to lose and what is going to be your reward at that point. Bro, I have a question. Look here, you say about the $100 US account, I can put like 500 or 1,000 in an account, but I'm a fight with emotions, so I try to be first consistent to upgrade. Is that bad? No. It's never bad to focus on yourself before you start adding money to an account. Every time you go to look and take a trade, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, how much am I willing to risk? That is the first thing that you have to do. And where am I going to place my stop loss for it to make sense? And if it doesn't make sense where my stop loss is going to be, then there is no trade. You have to get used to that. Honestly, that is going to be the single most positive idea for your trading, is to understand your risk and how much you're willing to lose. Because when you calculate how much you're willing to lose and you have placed the stop loss in an area where it makes sense, your trades will be a lot less stressful and you will have more confidence. I risk 1 to 2% per trade typically. CW said it correctly. Trade with a size that you don't care whether you win or lose. Ben Carville, what trades did you take today? You can see where it says in the upper corner here, what trades did we take today? You can see that. There is a note in the upper portion of the charts right here. There's going to be a green highlight that's going to show up in a second. There's like a big delay. There you go. Trades taken today. When you trade 5% on your account, am I allowed to stack trades on 5% on each pair? Well, then that wouldn't be 5% of your account. That would be more than 5%. So you have to understand your personal risk. You can do anything you want with your account. There is no problems. You can blow your account, you can trade it till the cows come home, you can do anything you want. You have to figure out what makes the most sense for you. Okay? And you have to understand what is the best opportunity for you to trade. And that will help you.
Yo. Still here.
Hey, how was the shower? Had a good time?
It was great. I got a yogurt and we got a shower.
Oh, nice. Yogurt and showers. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great combo.
So the analysis on UJ is bearish. Not the analysis, the bias is bearish. You will have your own analysis.
Yeah, EJ didn't break.
So 30-minute created resistance here, as you can see. Bias is bearish. It's got a range to fill right over here.
What indicators do you use? My eyes and my brain. Those are the indicators I use.
Ted, are you gonna take gold if it breaks above that area you're talking about?
Yes, I will be. Because it looks like we have momentum on our side.
Oh yeah. It should go back up to the peak it has up there to the left. On Rick's stream, or on his screen.
That's the idea.
That down move was probably just from, I'm assuming that was some sort of news.
Yep, yesterday.
Okay.
But we wait and see what happens.
I think I'm gonna start learning gold. Little by little.
Gold is beautiful, bro. And the magical thing about gold is that if you learn it, you don't actually have to use extremely large slots.
Correct.
Because the payout per pip is so high.
That is correct. You in gold buys currently? No, because we are stuck in consolidation. So once again, if I have to repeat myself for the 10,000th time, this is consolidation. We have not broken out of there. So at any given point, this candle can drop to here and you're stuck in a big trade. So that's the reason why we don't trade in this area. So you then have to determine how am I going to take a trade. And at this point, there isn't a good opportunity because of the fact that we are consolidating in this area. And how do we know that we're consolidating in this area? We look at the top wicks, right? And we look at the bottoms. We haven't really moved anywhere in the last 3 or 4 15-minute candles. Okay, so if you want to toss a coin, like Simply Ron said, feel free. You can do that. Otherwise, you can sit back and have no trade, which will probably be better for your ROI. Tips on how to find high probability trades. we've gone through that 10,000 times already, pure mathematics. You've been here for the last 3 hours. Replay this stream and look at where we took entries at the beginning of the stream and why those were high probability opportunities. Okay? So if we look here, if you look, once again, how do we find high probability trades? Well, this section over here of this chart looks like a pretty easy win, correct? So if we look at this particular area that I've highlighted, that was a pretty easy win, right? We can all agree that this candle went bullish, this candle went bullish, this candle held, and this candle went bullish. Then what we do is we then turn around and we look to the left and we say, well, why was that happening? We have that huge candle right there, and we were also filling this range right over here. So now that we know that, and we know that as a trader, you have to then go back and you have to look at your charts and say, how would we have found that high probability trade, which we took this morning and I guided everybody through? It's because of this. We have a huge range right here. Once we got out of that range, it broke up to the next level. So when you look at this range over here that we're currently in, once it breaks that level, we should then continue up. Now the question becomes, how do I catch those moves? You go into your charts and you look at the best times that you see a pair move. Now, how do you do that? You look at the particular pair and you look at where the biggest candles are on your charts for that pair every single day. So go back over the last 20 days, open up 30-minute charts, hour charts, and go and look and say, what is happening in those charts and where are the biggest candles forming? And say to yourself on a piece of paper, or you could type it in your computer, every time that you see a big candle that you would have liked to trade, mark down that time. And over 20 days, I guarantee you will start to see a pattern with where those candles are forming and where that price is moving. And that is how you will take a trade and how you will be successful more times than not, and you will find high probability ideas. That is trading. Planning out and understanding your opponent and understanding where their weaknesses are. And their weaknesses are your positives, right? So we know that if there's a range with gold, that eventually it's going to break out. How do I catch that breakout? I have to see when those breakouts happen the most often times. That happens for every pair, every time frame. It doesn't matter, you're a swing trader, you're a scalper, whatever you're doing, it's straightforward logic. Just pure, simple logic. If I want to go to the buffet and I want fresh food, do I show up to the buffet at 10 o'clock at night when they're closing, or do I show up at 5 in the afternoon when they're first opening up? You can have stale food. Maybe you enjoy that. I enjoy better food. If I can't make the time to have the better food, then I can't eat at that buffet. I have to choose a different restaurant. It's as very simplistic as that. I like driving my car, but if I don't have tires, I can't drive it. So I have to figure out how to get tires. It's the same thing here. Everything that you will do in your life comes down to logic. What is the logic behind what is happening? That's all. And if you understand logic, you will always be in a positive place.
That's true. Just like when you look at GJ hadn't broken support, so logic says you only sell when it breaks support.
Correct.
And logically, it just reversed because support. Certain aspects are so down to earth simple that it just, like, sometimes I feel, I don't know.
It's because people are trying to figure out this, and they're trying to make it more complicated than it is.
They think there's a secret.
Yeah, they think that there's a secret, and they think that what is happening in the charts can't be real. And that is the problem with their logic, is because, and this is the thing, it comes down to, like, if you were playing basketball and you turned around and you shot the ball into the basketball net. The average person would be like, wow, that was amazing. But it's not amazing to somebody who shoots the basket every day. It's the same thing if you run every day and then you run a marathon. The person who never ran a marathon before is in awe of you running the marathon. You're just saying, hey, I practiced for that. You know, you get up in the morning, you get out of bed, you stand on 2 feet. You don't turn around and you don't marvel in the fact that you're able to stand on 2 feet. It's because you've done it enough times to realize that you can stand on 2 feet if you get out of bed. So you need to start thinking about that in the same way of trading, of saying, hey, if I'm going to trade and I'm going to execute, I have to be experienced in executing so that I'm able to be smarter in the markets. And when you do that, you're going to find that you're going to have a very good and a very easy time, because people will say, wow, how did you do that? And I'll say, well, I showed up every day to the markets, and I just got better showing up every day.
I think that 15 is breaking that resistance on gold. It looks like it is. It pushed higher than the previous weeks.
On GJ?
Gold.
Oh, yeah, gold is bullish. I mean, this.
I think it's going to give it another entry in the next 15 to 30 minutes. Maybe.
Gold is as bullish as the drunk people at last call.
Wait for it to break above.
It should be the last area that gives it trouble before the peak, right?
Yep, it's gonna go
Correct.
boom
There's
boom.
nothing too significant that should stop it. I mean, there's a couple mini supports, but or resistances, whatever.
Okay, so I'm new, but logic got it, patterns and timing and showing up and learning every day of what is ranging. Yes, so basically if you show up every day at the same time, you're going to start to notice the same moves over and over again. As simple as that sounds, it really is that simple.
Yes. Do you guys stay out of the markets when a news event is due? Yes. If so, how long do you give it either side or before you start or stop trading? It depends on how impactful the market news is. And also in terms of what your comfort level is with that.
Oh wow, GBP CAD really did fill this wick, the daily wick. What a reverse.
Ted, what are you waiting for to break above?
On the 15-minute, I needed to break above 15.18.
Also that bullish wick up there?
Yep. Right now on the 5-minute, we're still consolidating. We just keep tapping into that 15-16 zone and pulling back again.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got the 15 and the 5 hours.
Oh, and there it goes.
Yep.
Whee!
But it's not forming correctly the way I want it to. This might be consolidation, and the next hour might pull back. It doesn't look good. If you're in it already, you're probably winning. But if you're not in it, it just looks very scary to me.
No, I did not get in it.
Just because we haven't broken above 15.18 yet, and if you took the 15-minute or the 30-minute candle at 9:30, you had a better trade right now than if you're trying to take it on the 15-minute. That's sort of what I'm looking at right now. I wouldn't want to try and jump in right now. It might be tough because all that may happen is you may get this fill here, and then it might just stop. But it could break out if that's the case. The hour is still pushing up, so you might have a continued push. But like I said, that's a very hard level to break through. So. GJ is ranging. You can see on the 15 and the 30-minute charts, it is in a box. Everything seems to be in a box right now. Starting to get a push. But gold is bullish, like Rakil was saying. It's just hard to trade because it's ripping around. And that's not fun. Because when gold rips down 10 or 20 pips in a second, it punishes you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't enter. I measured it out and I was like, oh, this little candle has a 30 pip stop. No thanks. Yeah.
Seems like I'm in a hotel lobby.
Yeah, that's like you saying. It's like I'm just waiting to. It's very soothing.
Be nice to see EJ break that support and then drop to the floor.
EJ has been stuck in consolidation like crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, right when you exited 10. That was a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I exited a little early. I'm a little salty about it.
So did I, bro. Don't worry. So did I.
I was like, 8 pips, that's safe. Whoop, there's my 40 pip goal. I was like, oh, you little fucker. I had it mapped out 40 pips perfectly, and it went exactly like 2 pips past it.
Well, it was rejecting really hard on the lower time frame, so I was just like, ah.
Yeah, but once I flipped out to the 30-minute, the 30-minute still looked like it was going to drop, but the 15 was a little ugly. Oh well, I guess.
Yeah, gold's going to make a move in the next probably 5 minutes or so, so just be aware. If you're in gold trades, it's either going to pop up hard or it's going to pull back very, very violently. So just keep it in mind because we're at that zone right now on the 15-minute. So you're either going to break that zone hard or it's going to destroy you.
Sounds like buy stops to me.
Yeah. I was thinking about a buy stop, honestly. Like 15, 500 or 15, 19.
There is event risk coming in 42 minutes. Are you thinking about a news event? There is more than likely a news event coming. Crude oil inventories. Yes. So that will move things a bit.
I think EJ's going to break on this 30-minute, to be honest.
GB Cat was the trade of the day. Damn, straight bullish. Gold dropping. Doesn't look like it so far. What would you say? How many pips is your average stop loss usually? Stop loss depends on the area you think is not going to break for your trade to work out. So, for example, some guys are looking at GA sells. So basically, you're waiting for a candle to close bearish, and then I guess your stop is going to be up over here, above this wick, above this high. So for price to continue moving bearish, you don't want the next candle to break the high of the previous candle. That's the basic fundamentals of trends.
Hey guys, enjoy the rest of the week. I'm heading out. Talk to you guys on Monday.
Take care.
All right,
Have
brother.
fun.
Have a good week.
Gold hit my stop loss. WTF? Yes, because the candle did not close above. You need to wait for candle to close above resistance.
WTF. You've been talking about all morning about candles closing.
Yeah.
I just want this wick entry, man.
Even look at the 30 minute. The 30 minute hasn't closed yet. You know, if it moves up, doesn't mean it's going to continue going up. I mean, look at this one here. It moved up, but it closed back under, you know, 15.15. Look left. 15.15 is a strong area. So you want the candle to close above, higher than the rest of the candles. So you need to trade what you see, not what you think. If you see that the candle is still open and it hasn't closed above or below level, well, this is very simple logic, you know, you just gotta wait. Use the logic of a retard. You know, a retard is gonna wait for candle to close. I guess retard is a very strong word.
I thought we were going up. Did I jump in a cell and make it back?
No! What?
Yes, jump in a cell quickly. Quickly.
Oh,
sell now,
man.
sell now.
No, you gotta be...
I mean, I don't know how many more times I can talk about this and say that we're in a range. Like, guys, it's just so straightforward. Look, this is your box. That's all we got. That's it. How can you trade this? Wouldn't you, like, look on your charts and look closely at your charts. Where would you want to take your trades? Just, that's all you have to say to yourself. Is, how can you trade this? Wouldn't you want to trade candles that look like this? Like, look at the way those candles look compared to the look at the way these candles are. Are those things that you want to be trading? No, you want to trade candles that look like this, that are nice and long and that have good direction. This candle here. Like, why would you want to try and jump into trades and then, you know, when the candles aren't moving properly? And if they're not moving, then there's no trade. And you shouldn't be itching to take a trade, because why do you want to give away money? If you want to give away money, go out onto the street and give it to homeless people. They'll use it more than the markets will.
Or the strip club.
Or the strip club, right? Give it, honestly, give it to people who need it. Don't give it to the institutions. They don't need your money. Like, always think about that. That's how I think about when I trade, is, do I want to give away my money to somebody who has way more money than me? And I never want to do that. You know, it's just always be in a clear thought of mind of where can I take the best opportunities. And 5 minutes before a candle close, or, you know, when you're looking at 10 a.m. and in the market, you know, we've already seen big moves, you know, you look at it and say, hey, there's no trade now. How would you make a profitable trade on a big move that already happened? Oh, God. Yeah, I can see you have the meme of the frog. It makes total sense with the questions you ask.
Just repeat that question to yourself.
Exactly.
The move.
It already happened. So what you do if you trade this at all, buy it at the lower end of this range. Well, but do you want to? Like, what are you trying to do? What is your overall idea behind your trade? You really have to understand that more than just looking at a chart. I think one day Rakil should run this stream without the chart open. just have a blank screen and have people discuss trading. I think that's something that we need to do one day. It's just the people who say where are the charts, and the people that ask those questions, we can ban from the stream.
Yeah.
Because they won't actually understand that trading is a lot more than just looking at a chart and executing. There's so much more to it. There's, you know, the timing, and, you know, where to look at that, and you know, where to figure out things. That's what's going to be your key. Ted, how can I know which candle to close to enter a trade? I'm struggling with that. Well, you're struggling with that because of the fact when you look at your opportunities, you're not mapping out an opportunity first. When you start mapping out an opportunity first, you will start seeing clearly where your best entries are going to be. And when you look at that, that is going to be your best idea. You can enter on an hour candle, you can enter on a 30-minute candle, you can enter on a 15-minute candle, you can enter on a 5-minute candle. The idea comes down to what is the trade that you're looking for. When you look at your chart, what are your entries, and more importantly, what are your exits? And based on that, then you map out your idea. Sometimes you're going to see, I want to enter on a 5-minute candle because we just started the new hour, and I see that we're going to fill a range from the previous hour that just pulled back. That is what you would want to try and look at. And when you go through there, my overall idea right now is a triangle, wave 4. I don't understand waves. I don't understand what that is. I think what you need to do is, the first thing as a trader, is basically turn around and on your chart is take a line and map out a resistance, and then map out what you would consider, you know, here, this is a better example. Map out a resistance and map out a support. So here you can probably map out, this would be probably your resistance and your support. So this is the simplest thing that you can do, is map out this idea. Start with this. Here's your support. Here's your resistance. If we break above this, we're going up. If we break below this, we're going down. Those are the simplest ideas. And when we do that, then we look at the next idea. Where is going to be my next target? So this was our original, this is target 1. If we go bearish. And why did we say that was target 1 if we go bearish? We look on the higher time frames and we say, what's happening there to give us that idea? Turns out that probably over here on the hour candle, there was a little bit of a wick, which is a rejection, so it might be a good opportunity to take profit. Now, the important question comes, how do I know where to take a trade here? Right? How do we know that we're going to break this area here? How do we know to go down here? What we have to do is we have to evaluate our time frames and say we had resistance here that didn't break, came down, broke through here, and then once we broke through that, we had an opportunity to go further down. Now, looking at the chart live, this support has been respected. How do we know this is support, everybody? Support, we have multiple candles leaving that area, right? Where's our resistance? Right here. So now what do you say? You say to yourself, if I want to take a trade, I have to wait for it to break up. And where's my stop loss going to be? Right now, your stop loss could be maybe over here. If your stop loss could be maybe over here. But then you have to measure out, if my stop loss is going to be this deep, this is going to be my stop, where does my take profit have to be? These are all simple things that you have to do and go through every single day. And if it's very difficult and complicated right now for you to do, that's okay. Because you can turn around and you can do this as many times as you want until you get proficient with it. And it becomes easier and you see it like second nature. But that's what you want to do. Okay? Breaking support, resistance, and confirm with candle closing. Correct, according to your risk. What is your risk? Are you waiting for a 5-minute candle close? Are you waiting for a 15-minute candle close? Are you waiting for an hour? Are you waiting for a day? Those are questions you have to ask yourself. What am I comfortable losing? Okay? That is what we have to do. And please don't tell me to do things. Gold focus, please? No. We don't listen to people in the chat rooms. We turn around and do what we want to do.
They say go focus.
Yeah, I was getting directed to go to gold. It's like, really? I'm trying to explain something and then I get interrupted. It's ignorance.
Yeah, and now I'm mad and I'm going to leave now.
Oh, Toby didn't mean it that way. That's okay.
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the gym here. All right, everybody, take care. Have fun.
All right.
Gold is still ranging.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still ranging.
That was my last comment before you close it down again.
Please don't overtrade. Have a good day.
Bye.
Man.